Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right, I think we tested all of the ones and all of the twos. And guys, it has been too long, far too long, since I've streamed on YouTube. At least on this channel. What has been going on? So I haven't been covering Ethan Klein for a while, and it's been, honestly, it's been pretty good. Ethan Klein is miserable to watch his content, but I feel like I've been missing something. I feel like I feel like I've been letting the roaches fester under the floorboards for too long without shining a light on them and scaring them a little bit. Not that I'm scaring them, but I like to face my fears, right? I like to see what the darker side of the internet is up to. And I think Ethan Klein's YouTube channel is a very dark side of the internet. So we need to cover this shit. And right off the bat, I totally forgot about the Israeli clown thing. Like, this is insanity. It's complete insanity. I haven't covered this for a few months, and I just tune in and he is a caricature of an Israeli clown. And then you look at this one and he's like, guys, no one watches the videos that we spend a lot of time making. And he has less than 200,000 views 2 days ago. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Hey, thanks for showing up, Eliza. Okay, let's get into this. I saw a funny post that I really need to cover. Oh god. Oh god. Of course the top post is an anti-Hassan post in this community. Okay, I think I can find this shit. We're going to be looking at some of these things too. Hey Tracy Pop, how's it going? Cruel World Happy. So who is this Cruel World Happy Mind? He looks like John Wayne Gacy. Okay, Nick Fuentes, comparing him to Hassan from the Mika response video. Another Cruel World Happy Mind post. Oh god, someone drew this shit, dude. Okay, sorry. And there's one specific thing that I want to find. Let me just see if I can find it if I search Halloween. By the way, hopefully everyone had a good Halloween that's just happened. Did you dress up at all? Hassan didn't go to a Halloween party and did not jerk it. So disappointed in my region. 1 day ago. There's just one very specific thing that I want to find. 2 days ago, 2 days ago, the Halloween episode. Days ago. Spooktacular. God damn it. God damn it. Where is it? Did I not save it?
I messed up.
It was pretty funny though. It was a post from someone, and they're like, "Please, Ethan, make more Halloween episodes because those of us that are alone on Halloween love them. It makes us feel like we're living again." You dress up as Greta Thunberg for work so I could wear my Palestinian shirt. That's a great costume. Can you believe Hassan said the thing? Yeah, like what are we criticizing Hassan for saying now? We're criticizing him now for saying, I saw that someone tried to make a compilation where Hassan hated Asians. I kind of want to watch this. Hassan Asians. Yeah, look, this is a compilation that someone made about Hassan hating Asians. Okay, are you ready for this pure unadulterated racism right here?
Tries to fucking woke scold and say like this person is actually sexist or whatever. Okay, go back and key search Asian on their fucking profile. Everyone has been insanely racist towards Asian people. So if you go back and key search Asian, they have probably said some awful shit. Yo, fuck this refugee, okay? Seriously. Fuck this South Vietnamese motherfucking whatever, like Christian supremacist psychotic fucking refugee
Hassan is trying.
living in America now and able to talk that shit. Why don't you go back and live in fucking South Vietnam in the same conditions? Well, no, I fucking hate these people, dude. Of course, like the Asians.
So anyways, what you do is you take the labia and you like a harmonica.
There is nothing
Like a harmonica. Okay, yeah. Racist Asian joke.
more annoying to me than fucking first generation, second generation, third generation Asian motherfuckers who are dogs to white people. I love math. I'm so Asian. I love math.
So he's like literally, you know, mocking someone for like or pretending to live up to Asian stereotypes, and they clip him and they're like, he's going mask off on Asians. What? So Big Al Cake Mix, what happened with the Cutie Cinderella fiasco? I have no idea about any of this shit. He criticized her for like liking Taylor Swift or something. Like I don't know. Hassan didn't say the joke. Yeah, I think Ethan Klein is actually Chinese. He's just looking out for people. Okay, so what is going on? So he says help, and this is Real World Happy Mind, Mizkif and Emaru Cutie versus Vanilla Mace. Oh, look at this. Ethan Klein's going to be going over it here. I wonder if Ethan Klein has ever said any actual racial slurs about any particular minority. Just don't ask that question. Don't ask that. Don't ask where that one episode where he was rapping along to a Kendrick Lamar song and inserted a certain N-word was taken off the air. Okay, Ethan and Zach beef. Dan Clancy has issues. Ethan's new costume. New Anissa goofed. Hetty Glow products. Chad Rising. The vice president. Bad Halloween candy. But this shit is boring. God damn. No wonder he's not getting as many views as he used to. Okay, let's just go. Okay, come on, Ethan. Give me your outfit. I'm gonna let you take it away with your outfit. Cutie Cinderella got criticized for hanging out with bigots while streaming with Vanilla Mace. Hassan basically said everyone is too woke for caring. Okay. I mean, yeah, this is the issue with Hassan. He does get criticized a lot, and sometimes he gets criticized rightly, but because he gets criticized by insane people so much of the time, he can't really take like it's hard for him to take valid criticism, right? When people have an actual point in their critique for him, he just reflexively brushes it off because he's so used to being criticized and nitpicked by insane people. So when people actually have a point, they're like, I don't know, I'm not really digging Cutie Cinderella hanging out with bigots. I don't really know what the FaZe Clan are or what they do, but or like how they're bigoted. But I can definitely see why people are like, yeah, like it's one thing if you have an uncle or something that's racist. Then you're like, well, I kind of like hanging out with him every now and then. We like see each other for family, and yeah, I'm cordial with him when we're meeting each other and stuff. But it is another thing when you're a content creator and you're collaborating with other content creators. It's not like a personal friend who might have some views you disagree with, but you kind of ignore that fact in order to maintain the relationship. Even though you don't have to ignore your personal friends' politics, you can very well make that a deciding factor in whether you want to maintain the relationship with them. But it definitely is different from your personal relationships to your professional relationships. So I can see why people would want to criticize Cutie for, because I'm assuming it was on camera, right? Because otherwise, why would people be criticizing her if it's just her in her personal life? I think as a non-knower of the FaZe Boys on the surface, I would immediately get the vibe they're probably right-wing. But I think the Nelk dudes are far, far more damaging popular. I mean, if you wanted to collaborate with people that do insane shit like platforming Netanyahu and humanizing him and humanizing Donald Trump, you also kind of have to hold them accountable. Like, you have to confront them on that shit, rather than just do the same thing that they did to Netanyahu. Because otherwise, what's the point of you going on there? If you're not going to call them out, not going to try to sway their audience and push your political agenda, you are just reaffirming the political agenda that they're pushing, which is just genocide supporting, right? Trump and Netanyahu both do a genocide and are facilitating the genocide. Okay. Goddamn, I thought this was going to be a lot more interesting. Let's just hear what Ethan Klein has to say about his outfit, because I am curious.
Robs banks, I protect them.
Okay, that's racist.
It's
He told
no one
to
told
not
me.
put on his fucking to gesture something else. Did you tell him, Lena?
Zach, don't act like I didn't tell you about that.
No one told me.
Lena literally told you.
Literally did.
No.
Nina's costume is cool. I like her costume.
Nope, no one told me. You know, if you want to have a kibitz and fetch about this, you know, we can. It's just not.
What's your tagline? Why so serious? What's your tagline?
Why so kosher?
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit, that was embarrassing, man. Why so isn't the point that the Joker is not serious, and so he says why so serious to people who are serious? Zach is Jewish. Shouldn't he be like, why so Gentile? He's saying why so... Okay, that was not a good joke. So she said she loves her transphobic dad who misgenders her brother because you can't fight hate with hate, and cutting people off does nothing. Well, yeah, it's easier for you to love your transphobic parent when you're not trans, right? I mean, goddamn. Like, look, at the end of the day, it's her parents, and she should, of course, be supportive to her brother, but no, like that's a personal decision. That's a little bit different than collaborating with someone who openly says transphobic shit. And I don't know if the FaZe clan does that. I mean, a little bit suspect with the clan aspect of it, but there's been some cool clans too.
It's not funny.
Not cool.
You know, mine is like,
Baruch Hashem.
well, you know, like,
And Avatar.
what are you on your eyes? You look like Paul Stanley.
Dude, it's Star David's. And by the way, this is the most half-ass looking juker you've ever done.
How do you figure, dude?
So just,
I got
like,
menorahs.
don't even step to me, okay? Somebody at least put effort into this.
I have,
You rolled out of bed and said, I'm the juker.
No,
Every fucking year, Zach gets to be the juker.
Yeah, because I look like I'm going to a bar mitzvah or a funeral, depending on the situation, and I have menorahs under my eyes.
Do you do bar mitzvahs? I do.
I do bar mitzvahs, circumcisions, all of it.
You don't do the slicing, do you? You're just there to entertain.
Nah, I just keep the tip.
I slice. I slice and entertain, so...
All right, you know what? If
You're behind.
You want to have a kibitz, you know, you're acting Meshuggah right now, dude. What are you doing?
Bro, the vibes on this show are so rancid. What the fuck is this? It's just two miserable guys talking about how miserable they are. Absolute zero humor in anything they're saying. And then they get interrupted by someone who's somehow even more decrepit looking than them. Like, dude, these guys look like shit. This guy's what, 27? He's 28 and he looks like this? Ethan Klein isn't even... Okay, I guess he is 40. But he looks like he's about to die. And then you go over... I mean, somehow... Dude. Meth Clancy right here. That's what we're getting from Gila.
Music here?
I don't know. Zach's not even doing his job, yeah. Oh. We got Dan...
Jesus Christ, give me a trigger warning before you start dancing on camera. We're going to fast forward that. That was painful.
We have girls on this podcast. I don't know what you mean by e-girl.
I mean, they look a little old. You have any younger?
Dude, is it just me? Or, chat, do you think Gila Klein would make a good drag king? I feel like she's got the spice. She's got the special something that's needed to pull it off. I feel like, yeah, she can definitely pull it off.
I do bar mitzvahs, circumcisions, all of it.
Do you... You're behind.
You wanna...
Can we get some music here?
All right, warning, trigger warning, everyone. Gila Klein dancing.
We got Dan Clancy here.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. Where are the
Where you
E-girls
going,
at?
man? Where are you going? Where are you going? Going strong.
Yeah.
Where's the cutest?
What cutie?
She's Meth
Do
Clancy.
you have e-girls on this podcast?
No, we don't have any. I mean, we have girls on this podcast. I don't know what you mean by e-girl.
Dude, these people are just so unfunny. It is kind of humorous though. The one criticism they have of Dan Clancy, they're like, he's a pedophile because he follows adult women on the streaming service that he's the president of, and it's like, sure, that's a little creepy, but like, once again, they're adult women, and he hasn't done anything inappropriate other than just like his For You page, I guess, is like titty streamers. Dude, I saw some insane clips where Ethan Klein's like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna go after younger women. And then he's like, and then like a few days later, he's like talking to Gila. He's like, now you're old, you're used up goods. It's, dude, this man is actually creepy. Like, I think if Ethan Klein was good looking and actually got attention from people that aren't in his cult, he would ignore Hassan. He would have never like gone to war with Hassan. If he was actually confident in the way that he looked and got attention from women that, let's just be honest, that he found attractive, I don't think he'd have an issue with Hassan at all. Like, it is 100% psychosexual, his obsession. Okay, so let's talk about CWHM. Cruel World Happy Mind. I've literally never heard of this channel. Sydney Sweeney's on the top. I like to research things. Okay, that's cool. The Fall of Sydney Sweeney. Damn. The Fall of H3. How Ethan Klein destroyed his career. Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. Alright, we'll watch this.
Belong to Ethan.
This is not 3 hours long, is it? Timestamp is screwed up. This is 3 hours long? Okay, never mind. We're not watching this. No. We're not watching this whole thing. What are the chapters in here? Let's give her the intro.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Is Ethan Klein a joke thief?
So today, H3's just gone bad crazy.
What we do here is go back.
Oh, she borrowed the go back from iDubbbz and probably borrowed it from someone. Yeah, maybe I'll watch the intro a little bit. God damn, it's a 10-minute long intro? That's too long. I don't know. Yeah, we do not have to watch this whole thing. Let's just get the vibe. We talked about the collar. CWHM. It's a good acronym.
I, Ethan Klein, have registered content new with the United States Library of Congress. We are being sued for copyright infringement. Theoretically, I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. Some of you guys out there sweating.
Dude is like a deep-rooted misogynist, like scary.
It's, women are in a nature setting, like, to be conquered. Like conquered.
Yeah, Ethan Klein definitely is a misogynist, so I'm looking forward to that if we have a section on that. Initial controversies, hypocrisy, Teddy Fresh copying, frenemies, Triller. He was on Triller, Leftovers. We have a misogyny thing, suing streamers. Okay, well, let's.
You're not racist, right?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Then
He's a hypocrite
Everyone's here.
because he said nigger before, and someone makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying nigger.
Ironic N-words are still N-words.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I've gone goblin mode over way less. I got the button. I'm ready.
You tune in to watch your favorite podcast. It's a casual stream where it feels like friends who are hanging out with you, talking about the funny things happening online.
I am a messy bitch. I say that all the time. I'm a catty, messy bitch. You were born fat.
I was always fat. Just a fat fatty. You look crazy.
And then I saw the back, and I was like, oh, that's pretty epic.
You remind me of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
But suddenly, things start changing.
But at the end of the day, I don't care.
Is this like an ASMR channel, or is that just the way she talks? Like, is she, I don't know, I'm gonna have to see one of her live streams or something to see if that's kind of the vibe of the video.
I'm crazier than you are by a lot.
He did react to this?
Insane. I don't care.
The host of the podcast starts acting out of character, focusing on dark corners of society, dark corners of the internet. Suddenly, the host thinks that everyone is against them, even you, the viewer.
Okay, dummy. All of a sudden, you gotta get all bitched out. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, he was covering Aaron Bushnell in this clip. He wasn't covering the dark corners of the society or the internet, and he was ridiculing a guy for doing a protest against a genocide from a country that he supports. Like, that's why he was ridiculing him. Not really a dark corner of the internet, just a dark moment on his show.
Dude, suck my fucking dick. Give me a fucking break.
I'm not hating. Her voice sounds good. I'm just wondering
if
that's an added bonus for the people that watch her.
Fuck you. So why are you expressing such dumb fucking thoughts in my chat? So you're a fake fucking fan. Fuck you. Get lost. I'm sick of it.
What was supposed to be your comfort podcast, the place you go after a long day, the place you went to relax, turned into a toxic war zone where the host is even launching campaigns against other people that you enjoy watching. You feel like you need to pick a side. The world is getting darker and darker every day, swallowing up your favorite content creator. And before you know it, you no longer recognize them.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken.
If this story's familiar to you, you may be a former fan of the H3 podcast.
I am a former fan, not a fallen fan.
Ethan Klein began creating content in 2011 in Israel alongside his wife, Ela Klein, then girlfriend. By 2015, the H3H3 Productions channel exploded, hitting 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I don't say that about every woman that we hear talk. I'm saying it specifically about her because she's, I don't know, man, she's like enunciating in that way.
By 2016.
You may have heard that we hit 1 million!
That same year, the H3 podcast was born, with virtually equal success. But by 2025, most of the
I'm getting Uma Thurman vibes from this content creator.
H3 fans have abandoned them, with only a small group of very fervent supporters left behind.
I don't understand what's going on because it's November, which is usually your highest revenue month, and this was like our lowest revenue month of the year.
Why did this happen? The very machine or monster that Ethan built, off of commenting on the flaws of other creators, began to eat him alive. A Frankenstein of his own making that he thought he controlled, but began to control him.
Oh, here it is. He took the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde potion. He's turning into the Goblin.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking Green Goblin, It's over.
Before we dive into this heavy video,
I don't know, like I don't necessarily agree with that characterization of what happened with the show. I don't think it was necessarily like Ethan Klein created an audience that criticizes a bunch of people and then he started getting criticized by that audience. I think it's pretty clearly like leftovers and him just getting like more and more friendly with the leftist and more political parts of the internet. And then the October 7th breakup where he just lost his mind because he suddenly had to face the reality of being a liberal Zionist and that inherent contradiction. That inherent contradiction broke his brain. You can't be a leftist online while being a liberal Zionist. And so then he decided to go to war with the leftists because he did kind of go crazy trying to prove himself right. Oh yeah, she could definitely kill Bill if she wanted to. And she's wearing a leather jerkin while doing an ASMR video about Ethan Klein. She could fucking do the 5-palm punch of death on Kill Bill's heart.
Let's take a moment for today's sponsor. Finding the right doctor is an incredibly personal process.
Unethical reacts. Bro, you put a sponsorship in the intro? Well, I guess that makes sense. I do kind of want to just like cuddle up in a blanket and listen to this whole video.
Very different from the usual. A huge stance I have is always being empathetic to everyone, viewing all sides, understanding the story in its entirety. Ethan has a long history online, and I'm sure I won't be able to fully do that justice, but I'm going to try my best in this video to understand the situation completely and what took place, and empathize with all parties involved as much as possible.
So many other influencers that Ethan has run into and has had controversies with have had their own set of controversies, especially lately, which has made this video particularly anxiety-inducing, as I do not want to make it look like I am siding with any influencer over another. Or in this video, I'll empathize with an influencer, as I always tried to do, and boom, literally the next day, they have a major controversy. Even though other influencers' controversies is not the focus of this video, I feel the need to touch on those briefly so this video doesn't appear one-sided.
What do we have? Hassan shocking his dog. Are we gonna bring up the Hassan said 9/11? I really can't think of any other controversies that has gotten brought up about Hassan recently. There was the thing where he was watching, what was it? It was Houthi propaganda, and he's like, "This is sick music." That was big, but that was like a year and a half ago now. So what are the controversies? Yes, cutie Cinderella still talks to her father? Is that the controversy we're talking about here?
I'm just trying to do my best here. I did not expect so many influencers to have so many controversies in the course of the few weeks that I put together this video. And I really want to make it clear that I do not side with or stan any influencer or public figure, especially lately, with everyone being overall disappointing.
I think
I stan and side with Cruel World Happy
that
Mind.
Ethan Klein is a reflection of a lot of what many of us are feeling in society. Fear, paranoia, division. While I don't want to add to that, I want to speak to it. I feel like I would be doing...
She's talking about the controversy where Hassan said black people in like a spicy way. That's a controversy?
Myself a disservice if I ignored what's happening currently. That being said, after this video, I'm planning to start a new series on my channel called Internet Archives, where I'm essentially diving into internet drama and pop culture moments in history with dramatic twists that have happened throughout the history of the internet and social media. Think diving into the history of Dramageddon, diving into the old internet history of the Try Guys, and so on. I also want to provide the disclaimer that any discussion that brings up anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in this video. I do not believe that any group of people should be hated or vilified. That being said, I also believe that finding justice should never be through killing others. It's a cruel world, and to cause more harm is to continue the cruelty. I also want to say I'm not an expert in Palestine.
I do appreciate the disclaimer that you included at the beginning of, we shouldn't murder people. Okay. Really covering your bases here.
Palestine and Israel and the conflict happening there that's been happening since Israel's inception, it seems. While I'll be speaking on that issue because it relates to later on Ethan's career, I also want to recommend these podcasts that I think go into the history and political context much better than I ever could. My favorite...
You're recommending podcasts? Podcast, dude, what have we fallen to where it's like, oh, if you want a good resource to understand the history of Israel and Palestine, here's a podcast. Okay, well, I guess she listened to that. There are some good books that you can read too. Or okay, I'm sure these podcasts are great. Actually, I'm not so sure that they're great. Hopefully they are though.
Favorite podcast to listen to is the Throughline podcast by NPR. They've done many podcasts on this issue. Some of my favorites is the podcast on settlements, the podcast on the history of Hamas, and the podcast on Palestine. I think much of these podcasts give a fairly well-rounded but in-depth approach that shows the historical context and how we arrived at this point. Also, I'm terrified to...
You made a follow-up video. Look, listen, I've called it a conflict before simply because I need another term to use other than genocide every time. Like, in the most technical sense of the term, it is a conflict, but that is diminishing the the scale of brutality that Israel is doing upon Palestinians. So you can say conflict, that's fine, but what we are seeing here is that she is playing both sides. She is fence sitting. She is covering Israel and Palestine without doing the bare minimum, which is putting the majority of the weight of the deaths on Israel's shoulders. And that is what you need to be doing when there is an active genocide happening right now. So look, you can call it a conflict, but you can't call it a conflict and then move on. You need to, you can call it a conflict in the context of you describing a genocide happening. That's what you need to do. So yeah, it is kind of a red flag if you're like, yes, this is a conflict of Palestinians and Israelis ever since the beginning of Israel, and I'm just not going to get into it. Okay, well, maybe you should. Maybe you should get into it. Once again, I think that anyone with a platform should be speaking out about this because it's relevant to everyone. If you are a athlete and you run a sports podcast, whether you talk about internet drama, whether you talk about food, this is a genocide that's happening right now, and it is relevant for everyone to be talking about it. Doesn't matter what kind of content you put out there, you can find ways to make it relevant to your content and be a voice on the issue. And honestly, the fact that there are apolitical people talking about it is even better than just political people talking about the genocide and trying to get people's awareness about the genocide increased. So yeah, it is disappointing to see, but you guys are saying that she does a follow-up video on here.
Make this video because of all of the reports that Ethan has been doing, even some of the weirdly veiled threats I've been receiving through Instagram DMs and comments from some supporters of Ethan filing false reports against creators who critique him.
I'm proudly reporting this guy for, let's see, the most terrifying, kind of, I don't know if that's the most accurate. He is encouraging and cheering on violence against civilians.
So I also want to make very clear I'm not making this video in any hateful manner, but to simply document how a sort of downward spiral can occur and how, in my opinion, Ethan's downfall isn't the result of a mass cancellation, how this is actually Ethan's own undoing, or as many have wondered, whether Ethan was the same person the entire time and one day decided to go mask off, as Ethan Klein seems to live life by one very hypocritical rule. Rules for thee, but not for me, as this Redditor describes the downfall of the Kleins. The shortest
Okay, the issue with an apolitical person covering the Ethan Klein downfall, right? You can't come at this from a YouTube drama perspective because it's not a YouTube drama perspective. This is a political issue. This is a political group of people, which are liberal Zionists, who have been existing under this contradictory worldview where Israel is simultaneously holding up all kinds of human rights. In the Middle East, they are the moral beacon of the Middle East. They are an extension of American exceptionalism and progress and egalitarianism in the Middle East. And yet, they are an ethno-state. We're talking about before October 7th. Israel is an ethno-state. They're doing 17th century style colonization in the West Bank. They have Gaza as a concentration camp, and they have different rules for different religions and races within Israel. So this is an inherent contradiction where these people that are Democrats, they say that they're progressive, they say that they stand up for social values, are completely fine with a just utterly brutal and racist form of domination from a country that they support. So it is that kind of contradiction which Ethan was confronted with, which broke his brain, and a lot of other liberals had their brains broken in the exact same way. So if you can't talk about that, then you can't talk about the Ethan Klein story and him breaking up with Hassan, because that is the impetus for him breaking up with Hassan. So anyway, I'm interested to see what she actually has to say. I'm sure you guys have some great points on this, but she doesn't even have a segment on Israel and Palestine. She has a segment on the downward spiral, the end. Maybe we can talk about leftovers here. Did she talk about this a little bit more? Ethan's downfall goes beyond his Zionism, IMO. I mean, yeah, it's more than his Zionism, but that really was the driving force behind it. I think everything stems from that. Like, as I said, I think that it's like a psychosocial or like psychosexual obsession with Hassan, but he was brain broken by October 7th.
Great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
The term Zionist has been thrown around frequently in conjunction with the Israel-Palestine conflict. I think most people who use the phrase Free Palestine are advocating for the right of Palestine and are not against a group of people, but also words are powerful.
They stand by it, like just waiting for any reason to call me, and by the way, call me a Zionist, make it about how I support genocide, about all this horrible fucking shit to call me racist.
Since the word Zionist is likely and has come up alongside Ethan Klein, I thought I would define it here so you at least know the term. Zionism is an ethno-cultural nationalist movement that emerged in the late 19th century Europe, seeking to establish and support a Jewish homeland through the colonization of Palestine.
Ethan, can you say what your definition of Zionism is? Zionism is the belief that Jewish people should have their own homeland. That's all it means.
Zionists wanted to create a Jewish...
That's so funny. That's all it means. I mean, let's not talk about the brutal, murderous enforcement of that homeland for Jewish people, their own homeland. Let's not talk about any of the negative repercussions of having a fucking ethno-state. Let's just say that it's a good thing for Jews, so that means it's good. It's not a good thing for Jews, by the way.
State in Palestine with as much land and as many Jews and as few Palestinian Arabs as possible.
There's like a whole ass country there. And so if your analysis and your solutions doesn't include realistically engaging with that population, then you're not actually looking for solutions, because the alternative is that everybody there.
So you could see how the term Zionist directly relates to the conflict. Yet often the term is related to a lot of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, which is what can make the term harmful. That being said, in 1975, the UN General Assembly passed Resolution 3379, which determined that Zionism is a form of racism and racial discrimination. In 1991, the resolution
Zionism describes a specific political movement and ideology. Here's all of the examples and where it was originated from, how it was literally defined by the UN as a racist movement. Here's Ethan Klein describing his Zionism. But Zionism can also be associated with anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Doesn't give a single example or supporting evidence of that. All right, now let's just move on. Okay. No, it's not, dude. Anti-Semitic people don't need to use dog whistle. Look, first of all, Zionism isn't even a dog whistle for being anti-Semitic. But anti-Semitic people don't use fucking dog whistles. Like, we're in 2025. No, we're in 2025, where Twitter is run by a fucking Nazi who believes in the Great Replacement theory. People are just openly anti-Semitic. They don't need to say like, oh, I really hate the Zionists, because there's a lot of Christian Zionists. So it doesn't work the same way. Okay, let's continue. No, it's not.
Was replaced with UN General Assembly Resolution 46-86 after Israel declared that it would only participate in the Madrid Conference of 1991 if the resolution was revoked. Many of Ethan's avid followers and fans began to disengage from him after October 7th and the fallout with Hassan, not because of his ties to Israel, but his decreasing capacity to view the other side. The walls were closing in on him, his paranoia, and all of a sudden, if you weren't with him, you were against him.
Listen, if you disagree with me, you're just not looking, or at least not in the places I am. This is what I see happening. People, they want to fight the monster that is the Israeli.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ethan thinks a dog whistle is like whistling loudly to call a dog over. That's
Israeli
totally
government
true.
so bad. And so many people are, in fighting the monster, becoming the monster. You cannot trade one side for another.
It seems like Ethan's stances changed since October 7th. At first, much of Ethan's stances seemed to toe the line.
Challenge any of you to find one fucking clip of me defending the IDF and not supporting the Palestinian people. I mean, yeah, the amount of hate crimes is crazy. Now, there's a lot of Islamophobia too, right? And that's fucking disgusting equally.
Yes, and I hate to see.
So look, if you ever get into any internet arguments, and God forbid an argument in real life about this shit, there are countless examples you can find of Ethan Klein belittling Palestinians, belittling Palestinian supporters, blaming Palestinians for their own genocide. He's said multiple times that Palestinians can end the genocide at any point by just giving up hostages. Well, now they have done that. They're still getting genocided. I wanted to cover this. I didn't do it yet. But over 100 Palestinians have been killed since the ceasefire happened, and apparently it's still in place. It's a tenuous ceasefire that's still in place. Israel's killed 100 Palestinians. Just yesterday, Israel drone striked and killed the Palestinian in Gaza. Israel is literally right now bulldozing and demolishing Palestinian homes in Gaza because they never pulled out of Gaza. They still occupy 50% of Gaza by the IDF, and if any Palestinians wander into that area controlled by the IDF, they get killed. A bus full of a family of 10 Palestinians were trying to find the rubble of their homes so they could try to pull some kind of clothing or any semblance of their old life to get a bit of normalcy back, and they were shot by a tank. An Israeli tank shot a family of Palestinians and killed them during a ceasefire, right? They're just completely doing colonization in the West Bank, ethnic cleansing in the West Bank right now. Hamas gave the hostages back. They said they're going to give up power, and Israel's still doing colonization and genocide in both Gaza and the West Bank. So, look, Ethan Klein is full of shit when he says that, when he's blaming Palestinians for the genocide. That's insane. He literally brought on a Palestinian who literally said, I like to focus on the victims of genocide and say, how could they stop the genocide, rather than the perpetrators that are doing the genocide. Like, that's what that guy Ahmed Fuad Al-Khatib said. Like, the guy's a complete and utter scumbag. But all of the shit that Ethan Klein has said, that's all in one category. But he can always backtrack on that, right? So if you ever get in an argument about this, what does Ethan Klein believe? Well, he believes that Israel should be an ethno-state, and that's because he's racist, because he thinks that Palestinians are Arabs, and if Israel ever gets a demographic minority of Jews in Israel, then the Jews are going to be genocided, right? That's what he believes. So he is a believer in an ethno-state. That's what he believes in. So, like, he'll always backtrack on things. He says that there's no apartheid in Israel. The Palestinians within Israel have equal rights. That's incorrect. He says that he lies about the number of Palestinians that have been killed. That's completely incorrect. He says that the Palestinians are the reason why the genocide's happening. That's incorrect. Like, he's wrong on all of these things. But what he believes is that at the end of the day, fundamentally, Israel should be a Jewish supremacist ethno-state. And in order to serve that goal, he's kind of fine with everything happening. Hey, Whimsical Wanderer, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. If you also want your name to be in green, consider joining the channel and becoming a member. It is only 99 cents. And I don't know, maybe I'll have some secret content for you. Notice Hila always says he didn't vote for Bibi, but never that she didn't. Oh, is that true? I don't give a fuck, man. Like, Hila's totally gone. Hila Klein, like, we were talking about Ethan here. Hila Klein is off the charts horrible on Israel and Palestine. She's just like a completely brain broken, genocidal Zionist. She's like, and the remark that she was endorsing the fact that Palestinians that are taught at 2 years old to hate and kill Israelis, the remark that Yoav Gallant is a good guy, the Instagram stories being like, oh, IDF women are so cool because they can kill Israelis. Or no, not Israelis. They can kill Iranians. They can bomb people in Iran. That's awesome, right? She's posting pictures of female IDF pilots. It's like, in Israel, we're feminist because we let our women do war crimes. Absolutely insane. She's just like disgusting, man. Like the inside matches the outside, let's say. I don't even think he lies per se. I think he genuinely thinks he's telling the truth and that everyone else is incorrect. I don't know, man. He definitely lies on purpose. He has a narrative that he's trying to push, and there have been so many instances where he's reading something and then sees that there's something that contradicts him, and so he just skips it, or like deceptively edits something. The guy is a liar. Sure, maybe he believes he's telling the truth, and he's trying to do these little lies in order to serve the big truth of things, but he definitely lies knowingly.
Islamophobia rise as well.
He condemned the Israeli government for denying food and water to Gaza and accused Israel of...
No, he doesn't. He said that like maybe once. The other thing that I haven't even been mentioning is that Ethan Klein doesn't actually talk about what's happening in Gaza. Every time he brings it up, it's just because he's getting criticized for it. He's like, oh, well, I really care about Palestinians. Yeah, you care about Palestinians? You fucking put on the Star of David on your eyes, the white background with a blue Star of David, the symbol of Israel, on your eyes 2 days ago. And did you bring up Palestinians? Oh, guys, I know that this is a symbol that has been used to literally brand people in Gaza. It's been used to brand prisoners that Israelis capture. It's been engraved into the earth of Gaza with Israeli tanks. And I know that a lot of people are feeling that this is a symbol of hatred right now, but I just want to say, like, I'm aware of the Palestinian cause, and this is a personally important symbol to me. And I'm trying to differentiate it from the atrocities that Israel is using it to represent. But no, he is nothing about that. He does not give a fuck about Palestinians. So I wholeheartedly disagree with the fact that he speaks out against the starvation that Israel's doing. I wholeheartedly disagree with that.
Times is crazy. Now, there's a lot of Islamophobia too, right? And that's fucking disgusting equally.
Yes, and I hate to see Islamophobia rise as well.
He condemned the Israeli government for denying food and water to Gaza and accused Israel of genocide against Palestinians.
I saw videos of Palestinian dads holding his dead like 5-year-old daughter. As a father, it's even hard to talk about. This dude was holding his infant. It was like a year old.
Hey, see you, Whimsical Wanderers. Thanks for stopping by. Give it up to the goat, Whimsical.
And he was like patting her on the back and saying like his final goodbye. I mean, he's holding her like she's alive, like he's just burping her or something.
He condemned Israel expansionism and Israel settlers, stating that West Bank settlements are an abomination. He donated to the Palestinian Relief Fund.
You donated to the
He literally said you should kill West Bank settlers. That's what he said.
Palestinian Relief Fund as well.
You know, I got a lot of from
You donated to the Palestinian Relief Fund as well.
You know, I got a lot of from Israelis for donating because they're like, oh, it's just going to go to Hamas. You know, I looked into the charity you picked and it is really highly rated.
But Ethan, even then, often seemed confused why the way in which he mentioned Palestinian suffering didn't seem like enough for his audience. Essentially, of course, I can't speak for all people, but it seemed like Ethan would often mention what was happening in Palestine or disagreed with some of Israel's politics, almost like a shield if people were criticizing Ela for her past in the IDF.
Who cares about this? How can you even care about this when there's people in Palestine or in Gaza dying or in West Bank, whatever, Palestinians being killed? Listen, those are terrible. As I've stated a gajillion times, I've literally never said a single to the opposite. Again, you can care about two things at once, especially, by the way, when they're
I mean, bro, Ethan, you had more sauce, you had more vitriol for, I don't know, like random Twitter posters than you did for Israel's tanks that were killing Palestinians. Well, I guess at that time it was their planes and their rocket mortars that were killing Palestinians. They're literally like, oh yeah, I know Israel's killing Palestinians right now with bombs, but let's look at I don't know who's the guy on the Deprogram podcast. What's that guy? Who's the big channel? Second Thought, is that it? Let's look at Second Thought's Twitter posting, because I think that's going to make Netanyahu use more bombs on Palestinians. So he's literally just like, I'd rather focus on people that are too critical of Israel, because I think that's going to make more bombs get dropped than focusing on the bombs that were being dropped.
The express purpose of trying to destroy Hila life and reputation for this mere fact that she's Israeli.
Ethan disagrees with some of Israel's actions, like denying food and water to Gaza, but others who are doing the same are anti-Semitic.
It is not anti-Semitism. It is not. It just isn't.
Like, taking one example in isolation, which is what we've done here.
No, you're the one who gave it to me.
Ethan's own employees noticed this as well, becoming frustrated with how the dialogue would always be phrased, people are dying, but...
Civilians are dying in Gaza.
Yeah, and it's always but civilians are dying, but, and then there's a reason for justifying it, and I can't.
This is taken out of context. This is not Lena criticizing Ethan Klein. This is Lena criticizing like a vague concept of liberal media. Specifically not Ethan Klein in this clip, because I don't know, man, she'd get harassed to the point of quitting if she said this to Ethan Klein. Like, as we saw Olivia get harassed because what, she didn't vociferously bash Hassan on the show enough, and then people were criticizing her. They're like, Olivia and Dan are being too quiet whenever Hassan's name gets brought up. I'm getting real sick of it. And then she quits the show, and they're like, oh, surprise Pikachu face.
I understand that.
You're saying that the civilians need to stop dying. I mean, essentially the war needs to stop.
And yeah, I mean,
that's the only way they stop dying, right?
I don't know what the solution is.
Remember when Ethan Klein was like justifying bombing a apartment building when Lonerbox was on? Because he's like, but what if Hamas is in the apartment building? We should bomb it, right? Remember when he did that? That was fun.
I just wish there was another way to get these
Girl, she quit.
to target these terrorists better, where you're not getting all these kids caught in the crossfire.
I think ultimately it became confusing and disorienting for Ethan's audience to keep track of what exactly Ethan believed, and it became disorienting and confusing for Ethan himself, so he kind of gave up.
Look in the mirror, loser. You're the problem. You are the problem. Why are people mad at me? I want someone please to explain it. Explain why you're mad at me. It's really annoying that like people just, they stand by, like just waiting for any reason to call me, and by the way, call me a Zionist, make it about how I support genocide, about all this horrible fucking shit, to call me racist.
In 2025, Ethan's tone completely shifted, and others have noticed, like in this quote in an article in Medium, which says, typically, when Ethan speaks positively of Palestinians in 2025, it's as if he's doing so begrudgingly. When someone mentions Palestinian suffering, Ethan frequently offers a response like, yeah, it's tragic what's happening to them, man. Anyway, Hila, on the other hand, has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are...
I saw a clip of this. I saw this clipped out on the fucking H3 subreddit. I don't understand how this can be taken any other way. Alright, hold on. Boom, full camera. Hila... Okay, we'll play the clip in a second, but Hila went like this. I mean, when AB says, Rudy Giuliani was saying that they trained Palestinians at 2 years old to hate and kill Israelis, and Hila's like, I mean, and Ethan's like, that was like 2 seconds after AB said that. That could have been an I mean and a shrug for anything. Like, they addressed this clip. And their response was, I don't even know what you were saying I mean for. It is like, yeah, like, what did I even say I mean for? Like, it could have been anything in there. Okay, let's play it. But, like, that was their defense. I don't even know, bro. It could be anything.
are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Man,
Like that one?
man.
What do you mean? I mean, so you agree? So you think 2-year-olds? I can't fathom how they still have a podcast. And I can't fathom how after all of this time of people trying to awaken her to the truth, she still comfortably says things like this.
Many have criticized the guests Ethan has brought on to speak about the Israel-Palestine conflict, as they felt a bias on that front as well. And at times people have also felt when the H3 employees try to speak about the issue, they are misunderstood or silenced, particularly AB, who is Muslim.
I've never heard of another movement who can't have a slogan. So my whole life, I'm Lebanese, I'm Muslim. I've always heard river to the sea. I've never understood it as...
I have to say, this is like not a bad recap of the issues with Israel and Palestine. Obviously, you don't have like the backdrop there of, yes, there's a genocide happening. I think she could have benefited from a segment on that, because it's not like she talks about this shit on her channel. Her channel is an internet drama channel. So yeah, maybe you should, I don't know, like inform your viewers a little bit more than what you did. My God, she did a fundraiser. Okay.
A phrase that meant eliminate Israel. Now we're not.
By the way, this is a good conversation.
Yeah. So we're not able to have a slogan. Now we're not able to identify the enemy because now I'm being told that Zionist is being associated with Jewish. We can't have a slogan. We can't identify the enemy, and now we can't give aid. That's another thing too. You can't give aid because there's this fear that Hamas is going to take the aid. And either way, both sides don't agree on anything.
A fear that Ethan Klein brought up, by the way, like in this very video, a clip was included of him being like, "I donated to the Palestinian charity," and you kind of just have to like hope that it doesn't go to Hamas, but I don't know if it will. Like he brought up,
everyone has their own talking points, but we can all agree, at least for the most part, on the numbers, and that's what worries me, is because this is happening. I don't know what the proportional response is. I condemn Hamas, but whatever it is, it's not this.
Ethan has continually disagreed with Creators for Palestine as well, and those involved have disagreed with Ethan, creating a creator-on-creator battle over something that's supposed to be a helpful cause, or at least trying to do something.
Ethan Klein went on his podcast yesterday and said this about Creators for Palestine.
Creators for Palestine raised $1.6 million. That's fantastic. Literally negligible. They've received billions of dollars. Like, raise money. That's good. That's the easiest thing you can do, is just give money, right? Good. Let's talk about real activism. Let's talk about enacting meaningful change.
And then he proceeds to give a link to a fucking charity for the guy who's like, let's victim blame the Palestinians for getting genocided for his personal slush fund. That's the charity that Ethan Klein went on to link. Oh yeah, and the World Food Program, who they also said to try to link, who literally have thousands of trucks stuck outside of Gaza, but they can't get in because Israel's preventing all of the food from getting delivered. Yeah, let's donate money to a place that would actually help, right?
It's not real activism. It didn't make a single difference in Gaza. He's lost his mind. It's crazy how much I used to look up to H3. They were the fathers of fair use, and now he's just sitting here crashing out for days on end.
So Ethan's constant self-pity, claiming he's being attacked online, while having little pity for those who are being literally wiped off the earth, well, started to look ridiculous. The stark contrast of the two things happening at the same time was hard for a lot of H3 fans to see and justify, and this was when a lot of fans started to disengage from
He said AB's dad was terrorist adjacent.
Ethan Klein. Unfortunately, unable to see the reasons for why, this only fueled Ethan's victim complex and fears of anti-Semitism, not realizing that it was the lack of empathy and compassion while expecting others to hold an endless well of empathy and compassion for himself that became draining for many. Alongside Ethan's inability to listen to his audience or really just form a strong opinion and stance that he was able to stand by, he began making further insensitive comments and reactions, like when he made fun of a man who was burning alive.
Again, not to put this uncouth, but he's a champ at fucking burning alive. I mean, that sounds bad, but he did it really good. Does that sound bad? And what I said was, he's really good.
I mean, her timeline is all screwed up, though. Like, she did a good job like explaining kind of the crux of the issue there. I think she could do a whole nother segment on Ethan's racism, which I'm kind of disappointed to not see, his like anti-Muslim racism. Yeah, the timeline is very screwed up. Like this wasn't a result of people criticizing him for being too pro-Israel. This was kind of the cause of people criticizing him for being too pro-Israel. Okay, let's watch a little bit more of this. I do kind of want to watch the cutie Cinderella section of there.
At burning alive, and I mean that as the most sincere compliment possible. If you're coming at me with those kinds of takes.
Oh god, dude, Randy Fine is he's such a disgusting person. So he works for CARE? That's awesome. So AB's dad works for CARE, and Ethan Klein called him terrorist adjacent. Love to see it.
You are ensuring peace will never happen.
The mask began slipping, it seems. The old Ethan, who his audience forgot existed in the first place, was making a return.
Wow, Ethan. Great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
On January 30th, 2023, a clip exposing popular Twitch streamer Atrioc quickly spread across the internet. In the clip, Atrioc inadvertently showed a browser window, which was open to a website that hosts non-consensual AI-generated images. The window showed that Atrioc was viewing images on the account of someone who specialized in making deepfakes of popular female streamers. Viewers of the stream noticed the leak.
Oh, it's this cutie Cinderella thing? That's what I mean, guys. Like, Ethan Klein's Israel takes got, I guess we can say, from, I don't know about leftovers, 140 to, so 25 minutes. It got 25 minutes out of a 3-hour video. And then it goes on to Ethan Klein, like, making jokes about a deepfake of someone who, yes, it's very interpersonally insensitive and indicative of him being a shitty person, but we did a 25-minute segment about how he's literally like laundering a genocide, and then we just go on to him being like, oh yeah, and he made insensitive jokes about a coworker or a colleague, not a coworker. I don't know. It's very gives me a lot of whiplash here.
And screenshotted the site, then shared the site, images from it, and names of the women who were deepfaked. Deepfaking websites make it easy for anyone to create highly realistic but fake content. This has a range of implications, from spreading misinformation to damaging someone's reputation with fabricated content. A few hours after the clip went viral, Atrioc appeared on stream with his partner Ariana to address the situation.
Everyone here probably knows what's going on. I want to say first of all that it's true. It's 100% true. I looked at a deep fake video of streamers.
Cutie Cinderella was one of the women who was deepfaked, and she responded to the situation on Twitter or X, writing, "I want to scream. Stop. Everybody effing stop. Stop. Stop spreading it. Stop advertising it. Stop. Being seen naked against your will should not be a part of this."
Yeah, I mean, well, this is her bread and butter, right? It is interpersonal, internet personality drama. That's what she covers. So I'm not surprised that it's like, she did a good job, a decent job of covering the Israel and Palestine stuff that he said. But then it's just on to the next issue, which is, this one guy looked at this streamer and then he had a teary-eyed apology and then Ethan covered it, and I'll watch a little bit more of this because I know people got mad at Ethan for this, and that was something that Hassan defended Ethan for, but I'm not like sure what all happened. I don't know the ins and outs of this shit. So let's watch a little bit more, and then maybe we can skip a few minutes and watch her like apology or like her follow-up video.
job. Hours after Atriox's apology, Cutie Cinderella went live on her Twitch channel. She addressed the situation, opening up about the negative emotional impact the site was taking on her mental health, before vowing to sue the founder of the deepfake website. Ethan reacted to QT's statement about the website during an episode of the H3 podcast. During the stream, Ethan told Zach, one of his crew members, to play a slowed down version of Nat King Cole's Christmas song. When this song played, it caused Ethan to burst into laughter during QT's emotional stream.
Why? Why?
What is going on with you?
Sorry, don't mind me.
It is pretty crazy that like that a heel Klein is taking this shit seriously. This is the exact same reaction you get from Ethan when we're talking about Palestinians being killed or people that are pro-Palestine getting killed. I mean, he literally laughed when he was talking about Houthi rockets getting through Iron Dome defenses and landing in Israel. But did they kill Jewish people? No, they killed Palestinian Israelis. And Ethan literally laughed about that because he's a racist piece of shit. Once again, he sees Aaron Bushnell self-immolate because he's does not want to be complicit in the worst crimes that humanity can do. And does he take it seriously? No, he makes an offhanded comment about, oh, well, he's burning really well. That's super impressive, the way that he's burning. I mean, the guy's racist. He's definitely misogynistic. And when it's people that he doesn't really care about, that he doesn't see as real people equivalent to himself, he doesn't give a shit about, and he makes light of their troubles that they're going through. But when it's shit that he cares about, you can't even say from the river to the sea, because that makes him think that his favorite ethno-state might be threatened a little bit.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually,
You're a monster, dude.
You guys are crazy.
Why did you do that? Evil. I'm just speechless, dude.
Ethan was met with immediate criticism from his own crew, including Sam, who was visibly upset. After a moment passed, he apologized for laughing and claimed that
Olivia was covering her face there. I don't think it was out of laughter. It might have actually been out of embarrassment.
he supported.
Okay, I don't really care about the rest of this. The button, who cares? Growing obsession, suing streamers, content cop, to the downward spiral. All right, what do we have for the downward spiral?
Keep it up. Proud of you.
To many fans, Ethan and H3 began to represent the very thing they used to be against, the enemies he used to stand against. Ethan, this time next year. Some of Ethan's behavior began to seem more and more erratic, his statements harsher, bizarre, and more extreme.
Hassan Piker has lost all of his marbles. The Marl Bros are gone, people.
The Marl Bros?
Hard hitting, man.
Bro, they're zooming in on the
people that
on the scratches that he got tattooed onto his leg.
Piker has lost all of his marbles. The Marl Bros are gone, people.
Marl Bros.
Hard hitting, man.
people that weren't ever on our side are agreeing with us now. They're that wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ooh, oh my god. Oh my god, that's a brutal compilation. Jesus. Man, wow. Not wrong. Not wrong. Keemstar Nicholas Diorio, the ultimate rape reviewer, there you go. What's that fucking guy's name? Mudahar, who's like, Hassan only started caring about Palestinians after October 7th. I've known for a long time that they're suffering, and I've chosen not to say anything. Like, that guy, the guy who bragged about not caring about war crimes, Asmongold, who is just a Nazi now, like, Destiny, the guy who shared child pornography freely, Dan Salman, the guy who fucking sponsors Ethan Klein and is Destiny's nut hugger. Yeah, you have a great collection of comrades there, Ethan.
That weren't ever on our side are agreeing with us now. They're that wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's been nice. They've been reuniting so many YouTubers, I feel like.
It's been a party. Yeah, I mean, it's been great for our channel.
It's been a party.
I will go through in detail of this dude's life. There has to be a way to hold Reddit accountable. I haven't said this before. It's so infuriating. We got a hold of someone at Reddit, and we told them about all the snark stuff. It was a comms person, and they got back to us, and they said, well, you guys are harassing people also.
As per an article on Medium, increasingly, you, Ethan, have become so absorbed in internet and micro-celebrity feuds that you often don't appear to be able to see the forest for the trees anymore. The top comments on his videos weren't necessarily more and more negative, just more and more concerned. Someone on the crew needs to have an intervention with Ethan. He is stuck in a self-confirming feedback loop. There was a mega thread on the H3 Snark subreddit, which was titled Concerns for Ethan Klein's Mental State. I've been doing these deep dives for a while, covering many people who have Reddit snark pages, and I've never seen an extensive mega thread
Oh my god, bro, his community must hate her. She talked about the Reddit. It's so funny. They're just like so scared. Oh god, we have to watch this. It's like how to trigger an H3 fan. Mention a snark Reddit, and then they start pissing their pants and like getting all frustrated and snot dripping out of their noses. It's not a conflict, it's a genocide. Okay, great, she pinned that. I didn't watch Frenemies much, but like, did they exclusively have the worst fights while he was dressed up like Uncle Fester? Okay, that's just funny. Destiny's use of slurs is literally the least of his offenses. That's true. Is the research in the room with us right now? Old joke format. I'm not even a fan of H3, but the lack of basic research is actually insane. Hey, Robert Price, thank you for becoming a channel member. This is especially insane after your video on Trisha, so you know what kind of person she is and what she has done, but still settle that. Girl, you are sorry you are getting hate, but this is just not a good video for any group. I don't know. I feel like it's not that bad. Okay, who... Got it. She talked about Sudan? I need to talk about Sudan more.
Is happening in Sudan. Sudan is in the midst of a civil war, which has resulted in a humanitarian crisis. There has been a
humanitarian crisis. Yes, it is a genocide. Like, yeah, we can talk about it, but it's a civil war that's resulted in a humanitarian crisis. It's not a good way of describing what's happening there.
Displacement of over 13 million people, ethnic cleansing, famine, and violence. The healthcare system has collapsed. So yeah, I think it's absolutely something worth talking about and spreading awareness of, because this is a devastating issue for millions of people in the world. Information gathered via International Rescue Committee. These controversies that Hassan has encountered may show that in the end, birds of a feather flock together. Or something that I've been reflecting on lately, too much exposure to social media. When you have a large platform and when you interact with too many voices online, a following of quote unquote yes men or yes people may degrade your mental health over time. While the two of them—
Okay, let's take a look at her follow-up there. Is this her follow-up here? I messed up. I messed up to you, Hassan and Ethan Klein. You, Hassan and Ethan Klein. Did you remove bad empanada from your title? She took the bad empanada out. She talked about bad empanada too?
Is 100% committing a genocide. And I feel so deeply ashamed of myself and disappointed that my video could have been interpreted in any other way. This is the first time that I'm gonna try filming a video without doing any cuts and just speaking openly, honestly, uncensored. So hopefully YouTube doesn't take this video down and people don't mass report it. But yeah, when I first made that video or announced that I was gonna make that video, I guess it was posted on the H3 podcast subreddit. And I started receiving a ton of just mass hate comments, hate messages, almost threats not to
What? No.
post the video.
No way. Hate comments on your video about Ethan Klein? I can't believe it. What's an H3 subreddit? Is that some kind of internet forum where people can post cool opinions and ideas? You got emailed by him and it freaked her out? Bruh. Yeah, bad empanada is crazy, okay? Like, I've talked to the guy. I've had a pretty decent conversation with him. He is crazy, so... Yeah, bad empanada, not the best at making friends with people.
And so I went into making that video with the intention of essentially trying to make an unbiased video, but I could see how doing that created a sort of a video that made it look like I was fence sitting, and that's not my stance at all, and I'm really disappointed that that's how it looked. I
just saying, you wouldn't have had to make this follow-up video if you've been covering it in the past. Just saying, this genocide has been going on for 2 years. Wouldn't have had to make a follow-up video about it if people knew your stance on it, okay? I understand what she's saying. Israel and Palestine wasn't the core focus of her video when she's talking about Ethan Klein and his downfall. But yeah, it seems like you could have done a better job in the past 2 years talking about this shit.
Ethan do streams where he's reporting videos as terrorist promoting terrorism, and I did not want that to happen to my video after weeks of research and effort put into the video. And honestly, I was afraid that making certain statements would increase that possibility of the video getting taken down. I had seen sort of a lot of really harsh messages, harsh comments, and was
And this is what we need to talk about too. Like, I am so sick of people saying that people speaking out in favor of Palestine are grifting off of a genocide when there have been people getting deported, people getting arrested for speaking in favor of Palestine, people getting their accounts shut down because, they say the wrong things, people getting fired, people not getting job opportunities, people not getting their diplomas from school because they penned an article in support for Palestine. You have this normie content creator who I'm sure, maybe she doesn't consume media covering the genocide every single day, but I'm sure she is firmly, she told us here, and I have no reason not to believe her, but I'm sure, in her personal life, she is firmly convicted that Israel is committing a genocide, but she knows that there are negative consequences for talking about this shit online. This is the harassment and cancellation campaign that Ethan Klein is a massive part of. There has been literally new political vectors of attack created on political candidates because of Ethan Klein, because of him doing this harassment campaign against Hassan and other leftist content creators. Andrew Cuomo is now playing Hassan clips on commercials to try to get people to not vote for Zoran Mamdani. Ethan Klein has a direct part to this. He thinks that he's some kind of vanguard rebel guy that's just out there defending himself. He's like a Top Gun pilot, fighter pilot, who is just off on his own, trying to cruise on his podcast like it's a fighter ship or a fighter plane. But he's just another cog in the machine of cancellation and censorship that serves American imperialism. That's what he is. He, at the end of the day, he is simply another imperialist dog trying to cancel people who are fighting for human rights. So, and you're seeing that, like, she probably would be talking more about Israel and Palestine if she hadn't seen all of the negative consequences of doing it. So anyway, just a rant about how there is seriously like a censorship campaign against people doing this, and you're seeing the result of it right now.
Afraid, essentially. And ultimately, that made my video look cowardly. It made it look like I was fence sitting, like I was a centrist, and that's really embarrassing. I hope.
Bro, someone threatened her kid? That's crazy. It's fucked up. I mean, we know H3 fans don't really give a shit about posting children.
That overall my stance comes across, but I also knew that I was out of my depth in covering Palestine, and that's why I was trying to recommend podcasts and things of that nature. So anyways, I hope that also there's not random people that are watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I just covered a video on H3 and Ethan Klein, and in that.
Guys, how do you know this? Does she say it in the video? If she says it in the video, you're spoiling, okay?
I talked about the Israel-Palestine genocide that's happening, except for I used the word conflict because I was so nervous that YouTube would take the video down. I was nervous about censorship. That's been a huge issue that's happened just recently over the past videos. The video that I did on Anna Paul, I heavily censored because she was an OF creator, is an OF creator, and it still got completely demonetized. Weeks and weeks of work just completely gone, essentially unmonetized.
Good thing I don't make any money from my YouTube channel. So I don't care about it getting demonetized.
You know, I've done videos on certain creators where they've sent me 13 copyright claims over a fair use video that I've worked really hard to make fair use, and still for days, weeks, it goes unmonetized because of that. So because of that, I've become really, really paranoid about videos getting taken down, about censorship, about spending weeks on something and it ending up, you know, taken off of YouTube entirely, essentially not being able to have that video up, not even just for monetization purposes, but...
Okay, so let's come back to this. I want to get into new challenger approaches. Come on, Ethan, hit me with your reaction. God, this is going to be extremely boring. Hopefully we can try to make it entertaining. Addressing the new hater. She was forced to apologize. Oh, that's Ethan's favorite thing. Forcing women. Okay, come on. Addressing the new hater.
It's really time to engage these haters.
I'm glad Hila's here because the first timestamp actually is about Teddy Fresh.
Oh, great.
So here she implies something weird about Teddy Fresh design. And again,
I was just really enjoying Twitch-ageddon. And like, I'd rather just enjoy other people's suffering, but okay, let's go.
Dude, this has been my life for years now. Honestly, I've been enduring this type.
Bro, Hila, you're not beating the Raider of Ramallah title that people have affixed onto you. I'd rather enjoy other people's suffering, but here we go. Yeah, we know you'd rather enjoy other people's suffering than have to take a critical look at yourself.
Types of shit since.
Why is he so red? I think he's I think he's got like consumption or something. I don't fucking know.
Goku Naro, frankly, and even before that, it's just been nonstop.
The goat, dude. Shout out.
You know what's funny?
Somebody wants me to talk about my watch.
Who are you?
Interesting. You know what's?
Holy shit! Start the video. Start the motherfucking video. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Okay, here, come on. Where's the video? Kind of want to keep like a misogynistic comment counter up. Let's see if we're going to need one.
Yeah, and I'm not here to criticize anyone's
I'm not either, but
fashion
like
and stuff.
As a parent.
But like if you're
Literally, the first sentence out of his mouth is, I'm not here to criticize anyone's fashion or anything. Can we say that that's one? Can we say that that's number one on the misogynist account? It's probably number 5, but we skipped a lot.
I'm sorry, she's coming for my looks, and like she's the one that was wearing that headband.
Bro, she's
She says that I'm ugly, but she's wearing a headband? Bro. Hila. I'm not gonna say anything. But I'm gonna say one thing. You don't compare your looks to other people, okay? Don't compare your looks. Even Ethan knows not to compare his looks to other people. He's like, Hassan can call me ugly, that's fine. But if he calls me stupid, that's a low blow. Like, he literally said that on this show. He's like, oh, when people like Hassan, that's like the meme where it's the fat, ugly guy, and I say the same thing as Hassan, and they're like, oh no, or like they love Hassan when Hassan says it, but they get all sad and grossed out when I say it. Like, Ethan's comparing himself to the fat, ugly guy in a meme, right? And, bro, Steiny went on to the podcast and he's like, Lena, he's like, my girlfriend's the hottest woman that's ever been here, except for Lena and except for Olivia. And Hila was sitting right next to him. Bro, don't do this shit, Ethan. Don't do this shit.
Wait, also, I'm sorry. She's coming for my looks, and like she's the one that was wearing that headband.
Bro, she's
in the next video.
Yeah, and I'm not here to criticize anyone's
I'm not either,
fashion
but like
and stuff.
As a parent.
But like if you
Yeah, you are. You definitely are. You do that all the time.
You're gonna get on camera like this.
Israel is 100%
like I don't know. This look is not. I don't know.
Ooh, it's kind of.
Hila, you run a clothing company. What do you mean I don't know? You have no substantive critiques of her outfit? First of all, her outfit looks awesome. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, this is 1,000 times better than anything you've ever sold. Anything with your shitty ass scribbles. Why don't you sell a picture? Why don't you sell a t-shirt with your husband's like claw-raked leg tattoo on a shirt? That would probably sell gangbusters. You're like, oh my god, she's so she's dressed like that. I mean, I don't know. You run a clothing company. That's all you have to say. Get off camera. Why is Hila on camera? She's so bad. She's so bad at public speaking.
The one that was wearing that headband.
Bro, she's
in the next video.
Yeah, and I'm not here to criticize anyone's
I'm not either,
fashion
but like
and stuff.
As a parent.
But like if you're gonna get on camera like this.
Israel is 100%
like I don't know. This look is not. I don't know.
Ooh, it's kind of.
This look is interesting. I don't know.
She's kind of dressed like
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like Temu.
The girl who knows all the strains of weed at the weed shop.
True.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We have Hila with the, I don't know, from the top rope. Ethan with the she's kind of dressed like the I can't think of anything. And then AB looks like the girl that knows every strain of weed at the weed shop. She's just dressed normally. She's just normally dressed. It's a cool shirt, okay? Like it's fine. It's a cool shirt and a gray headband. If you're gonna comment about something, comment about the tattoo. That's the most like unique thing about this look.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like Temu.
The girl who knows all the strains of weed at the weed shop.
True.
Breaks it down for my
weed
dumb ass.
stoner.
Oh, kind of. Maybe that's interesting. I don't know.
It is.
So here she
Is
brings.
it not ironic too? Somebody in chat pointed this out. If you go back to the shot of her when she's saying this.
Oh, in the first video.
Yeah, like when she said, "I don't know."
Mm-hmm.
Just take a look at her set. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's fine.
Wait,
like genuinely, there's nothing wrong with this. But it's like, while making that criticism, you are literally surrounded by children's toys.
First son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017,
Here, I'll just
the
say
brand
go
almost
forward.
immediately
It's about to
saw
go.
massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Hila's own personal style. While in the past, I would certainly commend
is
Hila for having a
way
very
ahead of what I was
creative.
trying to point out.
Oh, here, Dan Scott just sent me the photo.
She does not give so.
Dude, this girl, I don't listen. She has some.
You've got the squishmallows in.
Like, what are we in 2005? How is a stoner vibe an insult at this point? Like, obviously they're trying to insult her, but her outfit is fine. Her outfit is good in both videos. While you're literally looking like you're dying of a fever. Hila looks like an extra at a. She looks like a deckhand for a performance of Cats. I don't fucking know. Like,
I don't.
Bro, she has way more style than what Hila has. Black hair, black shirt. That's it. You're critiquing people's outfits because of her headband?
Yeah.
Don't fucking think there's a difference.
She's not even showing. Hers is
With a
nostalgic.
little teddy bear for her fashion brand.
Yeah, except she's never been caught trying to fuck kids. That's the big fucking difference between Hila and the other people who I've talked about. You don't fucking think there's a difference?
She's not even showing like me being like sexy or revealing or something that would be like seductive. Like you're showing a hoodie, and in the other shot of me, I was fully covered. Like what is that even meant to? I don't understand.
All of that interesting. It reminds me of when I was really young and naive and had people who I thought were guy friends that would make a lot of sexual jokes towards me, and then they would kind of nudge me and say, "It's just a joke.
What
We're just
the
joking."
fuck are you
So
saying?
She thinks I'm just naive.
No.
I'm
She
just
thinks you're
dumb.
grooming people.
I don't know. Maybe let her actually get out the point? Man, people have an issue with pausing. Okay. So what? Is she saying that Hila's clothing is she saying that it's grooming? I didn't watch this part. Or is she just saying that it's like chill? It's turning people's brains into baby brains when they wear baby type of clothing, and then they have weird fucking relationships where it's like, I'm a little kid. Not super interested in this shit.
No, I think she thinks I'm just dumb and naive.
No, she's saying you're grooming people, dude. It's even dumber and worse and more sinister.
And had people who I thought were guy friends.
That's
that would
you.
Make a lot of
That's
sexual
us.
jokes towards me, and then they would kind of nudge me and say, "It's just a joke. We're just joking
like your
around."
merch
And
having
then-
the child theme, what she's trying to argue. She's like, she thinks it's
We're
it may
grooming.
not be nothing, but actually it's more serious. It could be more serious.
Dude,
Like,
how can you? Do you like these people think that I'm not like that? We're not real people, and that you can just say anything you want.
Do they think that Ralph Lauren?
Oh, Ethan asking the real questions here. Yeah, can you just say anything you want about someone on the internet? Yeah, you might have the answer for that, bro. How many times did you call Dan Clancy a pedophile? Oh, but your response to that is, well, if I said something wrong, then just sue me, because we all know that suing people is just like submitting a claim on a YouTube video where it takes 5 minutes, and objectively, if you're in the right, you always win the lawsuit. And it's like clipping your fingernails, something that can be done so easily, just like breathing, and zero cost to yourself. Okay. Yeah, but Ethan's never wrong because no one ever sues him, so that's why he can't be wrong with the shit that he does. Okay, but she said that, I mean, they didn't even let her finish what she was saying, so we literally don't know what the point she's trying to make is, but she shows like children style clothing for adults, and she's like, oh, this gave me a bad vibe, like when my guy friends would make sexual comments, but it's just like, oh, but it was just a joke, right?
And is grooming because they do a bear.
I don't know. Gap kids
do a bear. Gap kids
Anyone
do
got
a bear.
No, it's why? What is wrong with you? Why would you fucking say this about anyone? Insinuate that they're grooming pedophiles because they make colorful clothing? Are you fucking insane?
Because she got it from the Snark.
Yeah.
100% of this is sourced from Snark. There's no question about it. It's so obvious, right?
That's the only way you could draw that conclusion.
And again, just the ultimate irony is how
Teddy bear is dancing around with clouds while Gila is dressed in a provocative way, showing a lot of skin. It's like for adults. Oh, this looks like clothing that is meant for children, but it's in adult sizes. That's a little weird. Oh, the only way you can draw the conclusion that Teddy Fresh is sus is if you got it from Snark, or if you have eyes and you grew up as a human being. It's called Teddy Fresh, bro. Grown people don't have teddy bears, right? Like, unless it's an artifact from your childhood. It's like, oh, that's my teddy. It makes me like think that I'm a little kid again when I see it or when I hang out with it.
she carries herself like she's some great deep researcher who does fair.
You condemn
who does a
Snark?
fair critique. It's pathetic, dude.
Not good enough for the Snark.
And I would always be
Not good enough for Snark.
Yeah. Still got tons of shit.
She got busted hard. And then we'll get to it.
shocked and disappointed
What a
when
dope.
some time would pass and they would try to
Okay,
make
so
a
we could
pass
go
at
to the
me.
second
Over
time
time,
Okay,
I'd be-
great analogy. Have we ever tried to fuck any kids? Right? Like that's kind of like the main part of your analogy. Have you ever?
No, it's not the main part of her analogy. The main part of her analogy is that people are being sexual without actually like being explicit about it and sneaking in that like sexual aspect. It's not that she was getting groomed as a kid. It's that it's the way that men were treating her. It's not specifically like, oh yeah, and then there were these like adult men that were trying to have sex with me as an underage kid and they were pedophiles. It's that she's like, when I was growing up or when I was younger, I had these experiences with men. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's a kid, other than the fact that she was too naive to realize that that's what they were doing.
One of us
I mean, if
ever been
anything-
caught talking to not just minors but any fan in a weird, inappropriate way?
If anything, we are always
Dude, you literally hire your fans. Yeah, I do think you have a fucked up relationship with your fans.
talking about it in a way that we are standing for victims, like in all of our history, pretty much on YouTube.
Are they acting dumb? They did an ad where it's teen bedroom with cum written on the. Oh god, I wish I didn't know that. Thank you for the super chat though, but I'd rather not have you had that told to me. She included the Boston bombing victim video to make her point. Teddy Fresh was only a small afterthought point thrown in. Oh, so she was saying that Ethan Klein has said some weird sexual things about children. And then she's like, oh, and also their clothing company is very like child vibed, which is strange. And they're saying, and then they're acting like she's maligning Gila Klein for being a groomer. Okay. Yeah, and we were like, does Ethan Klein lie or does he not lie?
We are always talking about it on the side of the victims, standing up for the victims.
Anything you've gotten shit
It's-
for, you've done it in that chair. Like any back, it's never anything that people like, you know, no creepy stuff, you know, and you've been on YouTube forever. You're
No
one of the
creepy
few
shit.
OGs who's
No
has
talking to fans from the beginning. I always from.
What? You literally had a Reddit account called Pedo Troll. No creepy shit online? Did we just forget the last 2 months of your internet existence? Bro, you have a Reddit account called Pedo Troll where you yourself described it as a pedophile-themed account. Like, you have a pedophile-themed clothing company, and you have a pedophile-themed Reddit. You said it was a pedophile-themed account. Like, but you've done no creepy shit online. You made a video, like, gawking at the genitalia of a 17-year-old. You made a video about that, bro. You're talking about like children getting fucked by BBC. Oh, you've done no creepy shit online? Okay, dude. Okay, like, sure. Is there a gas leak in this studio? Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the whole shit on this.
From the beginning. No.
Yeah, he doesn't regret it. It's a pedophile themed account. I can't get over the fact that to defend it, he said, yeah, I make themed Reddit accounts. That one was a pedophile themed one. I told a few risque stories. I made a specific account of the theme of pedophilia.
YouTube like 15 years now. Not one creepy message of me with any fan. I'm not on Snapchat. I've never fucking slid into anyone's DMs ever, right? How dare you? Anyway, what is disgusting?
Became less naive, I realized that those jokes weren't really jokes at all. That they actually meant what they said the entire time. Ethan's old account has
Wait,
since
she has
been
an
banned on
Elvis vinyl in her background?
Reddit. Actually meant what they said.
Does she?
When she gets into the actual substantive point that she's trying to make, they're like, wait a second, she has an Elvis vinyl on the background? One of the most famous musicians of all time? What is that, Fleetwood Mac? What, is she in favor of toxic relationships? The Rumors album was famously recorded while everyone was going through a tumultuous time with their interpersonal relationships. She must be in favor of having abusive relationships, emotionally abusive. She's a horrible person. Fucking stoner ass bitch that looks ugly and also is in favor of verbal and physical abuse within relationships. Absolute disgusting. But notice how Dan pauses video and steps in and saves Ethan when she actually is like, yeah, he has a pedo-themed clothing company and he also has a pedo-themed Reddit account. And Dan's like, oh shit, the Reddit account. Press the pause button. Let's actually talk about the background a little bit more because her background is sick as fuck. What's the issue with her background? That it looks too fucking badass? Is that it? That her lampshade looks like it came straight out of a church? Maybe she stole that.
What is disgusting?
Became less naive, I realized that those jokes weren't really jokes at all. That they actually meant what they said the entire time. Ethan's old account has
Wait,
since
she has
been
an
banned on
Elvis vinyl in her?
And why was she bringing up jokes? Because Ethan made a bunch of pedophile jokes, right? About being a pedophile and exposing himself to children on his pedo troll account. We can't let the video play there. We have to pause it and disingenuously take her out of context to make it seem like she's calling Gila a pedophile for putting teddy bears on sweaters.
Her background?
It actually meant what they said.
Does she?
Oh,
No
that's
shot.
actually sick. From Ruby Tuesdays.
Elvis?
Oh, is that Elvis?
Is that an Elvis?
I need a new lamp in my room.
Elvis?
Where? Oh, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, Elvis actually had sex
Actual
with minors.
pedophile.
Actual pedophile, by the way. What does that mean? You have, and this looks like Sailor Moon. So let me get this straight. Sailor Moon.
Elvis.
Dressed very.
Hold on, Ethan.
Okay, I'm not.
You're in dangerous
Let's
territory
protect
here.
Sailor Moon.
I don't think that's Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay.
I don't
The
think.
manga thing. I don't know.
Elvis was a pedophile, though. So great job there, lady, being consistent. You're doing great, sweetie. Moving on, dude. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this one is so fucked. And
Dude, insane that she's like, oh yeah, Ethan was making pedophile jokes. They pause it before she said that and is like, but you listen to Elvis, so that's insane that you would ever talk about pedophiles because you listen to Elvis. Really, dude? Like, someone liking Elvis and... But Ethan watches the video and he's not scared at all about watching videos about him, even though he has to have his producer step in and save him right before they would actually talk about the pedophile jokes that he makes on his pedophile-themed Reddit account, which I can't get over that he said that. While being literally sponsored by a guy who sucks the cock of a pedophile who shared underage pornography, or no, like, pornography of a 17-year-old to other people. Like, dude, you're literally sponsored by a guy who loves a pedophile. Like, I don't know, man. Dan Saltman has probably seen CP from Destiny. Like, you're sponsored by a pedophile behind you, as you're like, my pedophile themed Reddit account that I still stand by and and defend the use of doesn't represent me.
Then she goes into the FUPA fund. The FUPA fund. This insane Keemstar conspiracy that has been completely and utterly debunked to the point where everybody just dropped it.
Keemstar doesn't even believe it anymore.
Right.
And Mudahar apologized,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yeah.
And everybody dropped it entirely that when I made my video explaining it.
Yeah.
But let's hear what she has to say about it. No thanks.
Distance. But the FUPA fund dissolved and is no longer in use. A big reason for the FUPA fund's dissolution is that the Kleins use the FUPA fund for their own legal fees, as well as several $1,000s out of pocket.
I am gonna scream.
This one.
How have you done research?
Well, I guess let's hear what she says.
Well,
Does
she's already
saying it wrong.
Yeah, she's already lying.
To fight the legal battle against Matt Haas. While it is often the case that legal fees can add
The
up.
money was donated to me.
It was donated for us to use
No,
that case.
For real though, like that.
What? So she's saying they used money for a case, and they're like, no, we used it for the case. Like, no, the money was always meant for the case. So it sounds like she didn't lie at all.
That does rise to a level of
because that's what I'm saying. The information is out there.
Like literally, so it is very public record at this point. It's been litigated over and over again in public, in all over the internet.
And she keeps going on about how she's done incredible research.
Yeah, I mean that's really.
I genuinely think this is like a sincerely bad case of defamation.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think it'd be hard. My lawyer is very, very busy right now.
We're already so busy.
Your lawyer's busy. Okay, well then shut the fuck up, because every time you say, oh, well, I can't defame someone because they haven't sued me yet. Well, then why aren't you suing her? If you're not going to sue her, then it's not defamation, according to you. So why don't you just shut the fuck up and be a big boy and deal with internet drama like everyone else does, which is on the internet talking shit about each other. Like, it's quite literally a fucking internet drama video, and you're like, I would sue you, but my lawyer's busy, so I guess I can't. Hire another fucking lawyer. Why can't you do that, bro? You only have enough money for one lawyer? I thought you said your favorite pastime was making lawyers generationally wealthy by serving your, evil whims. I thought that's what you said. Holy shit, dude. This guy pisses me the fuck off. He has nothing. He has his producer jump in and save his ass when she's like, oh yeah, my friends my guy friends that I thought were my friends that always made sexual jokes about me. Well, I realized those weren't jokes. And that's just like Ethan Klein's Reddit, where he made jokes about exposing himself to children. Dan is like, oh my god, no, let's pause it before she says that. And is that Elvis behind her? Isn't he a pedophile? Wow. We all know that everyone who likes Elvis music is a pedophile enjoyer, that they support pedophilia. We all know that. The billions of people that love Elvis music also love pedophiles. Great point, Dan. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. Is Dan I don't know. I was gonna make a Samson thing about his beard, but he didn't shave his beard. He's just uglier now. Did he just give up his morals? Did he just decide, I'm going to serve Ethan Klein and lick his taint to his asshole? Is that what he's doing now? I'm just going to completely debase myself to this cretinous employer that he has? Is that what he's saying? God damn, bro. Have some spine. Stand up for yourself, dude.
Complete ignorance in a lot of cases, but not always. And
well, she goes, I've done so much research.
Yeah,
that's gonna fuck
well,
her.
This is my thinking when watching it, because She critiques you for being litigious at one point.
We're getting into a lot of things that she's done without actually playing the video. You're like, I watch videos as they come out. I raw dog the videos and I react to them live, off the cuff. Well, it seems like you've seen this multiple times because you haven't played any of it. You went to a specific point in the video and paused it at the very specific point where she would actually start criticizing you. Just took her out of context, maligned her, and lied about what she was actually saying. And then you're like, and she says that she does so much research and she's trying to make all of these claims about me and it's all defamative. And yet you haven't played a single portion of the video longer than 30 seconds.
Changes the audio in your clips, I'm guessing, because she thinks that will protect her or whatever. But like her saying that she did all this research, I think these things like the Fupa Fund was something that she kept seeing on the Snark repeatedly. And she's like, there's no way all these people are saying this shit.
Oh, so she saw teddy bears on your Teddy Fresh clothing and you're like, that's a Snark thing. The Fupa Fund, that's a Snark thing. What did she get wrong about the Fupa Fund? Can I play it?
If it's not true. Unfortunately, you are in the den of crazies as you are now.
Is AB auditioning for ICE? What's with the mask?
Learning.
That's what Snark Brain is.
You are seeing now that, yes, just because they're all saying it, they live in their own fucking reality.
That's exactly what's happening.
Fans.
She spends a bunch of time on Snark, and she sees this thing brought up so much, she just assumes it's true.
Exactly.
It couldn't be. How could all these people be wrong about this?
Right. Yeah.
But now, like, once again, the Snark Brain always comes back to haunt.
Bro, holy shit. We are really back. We are going back in time with this shit, man. Ethan is really bringing back good old school bullying where it's one just like unbelievable guy, like a character that's completely unbelievable as a bully. He'd be a loser in any other context, but he has like the even worse guys, like the guys who are even bigger losers than him, even lower on the totem pole of popularity in high school. Like I'm thinking Karate Kid, and he just has them like giggling and jostling each other as they're like, oh wow, you got him, boss, you got him. You have Dan fucking giggling to himself and he's like, yeah, right. That's so embarrassing, man. That's so embarrassing. Give me any day an employer being like, oh, I saw that you waved a Palestinian flag. Do you support Hamas? I'd rather get that question asked to me at any point during an interview rather than, oh, I saw you worked on the H3 podcast and what was your job description? Being a professional sycophant and ass kisser? That's what your job was? Like, how do you go home and you're like, I'm home, honey. I did a lot of good stuff at work today. I made a difference in the world. Like, these people look like they're just waiting for Ethan to die so they can move on with their lives. It's shit. You covering the election on Tuesday? I'll try. I'll definitely try. Right. Fupa Fund was meant to be used as a fund for creators being sued for copyright infringement to fund lawyers. Oh, so they're saying that, oh, we're going to make a fund to help copyright creators. And they're like, but actually we're a copyright creator, so we're just going to use it to help ourselves. Is that what it was? Mobile game was always questioned regarding whether Fupa funds were used because they paid for the development. Ethan did say the Fupa Fund was going to be a community fund, but he sucked it dry for his Matt Haas lawsuit. Okay, so, I mean, they didn't even get into the CWHM section about the Fupa Fund, so I don't even know if what she said is accurate or not. They're just like, she said that we used the money, and yeah, we did. So I'm going to sue her for defamation. You agreed with what she said.
Exactly what's happening. She spends a bunch of time on Snark, and she sees this thing brought up so much, she just assumes it's true.
Exactly.
It couldn't be. How could all these people be wrong about it?
Exactly.
It's Tony Soprano, it's Donald Trump, it's the bully and Karate Kid and all of those like 70s movies. It's all of it. It's that same archetype of character, just completely self-conscious and needing to be kissed up to at every turn.
Right. Yeah.
But now, once again, the snark brain always comes back to haunt the snarked.
Yeah.
The
For sure.
snarky.
It
right?
is actually very funny how they keep fucking these
Snarker.
people over. However, does the snark really talk about the FUPA fund?
They talk about everything, bro.
They
Really? They think
talk
the
about
FUPA fund
shit
even?
I don't
Where
even-
else would she get this?
Yeah.
Who else in this year
But
would
that's
go
why I
out
was
with
wondering.
this info?
That's why I was wondering if she like fucking watched Gokanaru's old video or something. Because isn't he one of the people that like propagated that?
I think
she
they
watched that
pushed-
without doing any follow up.
Remember if that
I don't
was.
even
think they
remember.
pushed
That
the
might have been after
Gokunaru
him.
video on Snark.
I
now.
don't think that was one of his
Oh,
points.
they think the Gokanaru video is based?
I'm pretty
The one
sure
where they
do.
talk about poor man Jimmy Lee.
Yeah, poor Jimmy Lee,
Poor-
who,
poor
by the way,
Jimmy
she
Lee.
attacks me for being too kind to him.
And was still in a
Dude, 2 months ago you wanted to bring him back on the show. What do you mean? You wanted to bring him back on the show? Now you're saying she attacked me for being too kind to him and you laugh about it? That's a valid attack, dude.
existence. But the FUPA fund dissolved and is no longer in use. A big reason for the FUPA fund's dissolution is that the Kleins use the FUPA fund for
What
their
do you mean a big reason for the dissolution?
Wait, what is she? The
own
next words out of her
legal
mouth were
fees,
very
as
critical.
well as
Back
several-
up.
is that the Kleins use the FUPA fund for their own legal fees, as well as several $1,000s out of pocket to fight the legal battle against Matt Haas. While it is
So what is this, on Wikipedia? Or like H3 Wiki or something? Fair Use Protection Account, also known as a FUPA fund, was an escrow account created by the Klein in 2016. The fund is dissolved and is no longer in use. Okay, so why is he confused when she said that it got dissolved? The goal of the account was to help other fellow content creators fund fair use legal lawsuits taken up against them. The account was placed in the trust of the law firm Morrison Lee. Users were directed to contact at the FUPA for Freedom page on X, then known as Twitter, for help. Oh, it looks like when Ethan Klein directed people to donate to Ahmed Fuad Al-Khatib's slush fund account, that wasn't the first time he misleadingly told people to donate to help a broader cause when it was actually just going to go to one person for their own personal project. The FUPA fund was created after Ethan and Hila received donations numbering S170.765 to help them fund their lawsuit against Matt Haas in a GoFundMe page set up by Philip DeFranco. Interesting. So it was created after Ethan and Hila received donations to help them fund their lawsuit, and then they're just like, and we can use this fund to help all kind of creators, but then they just use all of the money for their lawsuit. So what was it? Just a case of false advertisement from them?
Several $1,000s out of pocket to fight the legal battle against Matt Haas. While it is often the case that legal fees can add up and become more than you'd ever initially expect, well, the
Hopefully you don't find that out.
No, but
that
that's
the
exactly
Kleins
what happened.
closed the FUPA fund after spending the money on their own legal fees,
Right.
instead of keeping it open, maybe replenishing the fund once they're able to, so that other creators could have used it. Well,
Oh.
I'm gonna fucking explode.
So the criticism is, how dare we not
Pay for everybody else's legal fees on
Continue
YouTube
this
forever.
charity
Forever.
If the GoFundMe's still up, you can still go look at it. It's very clear what it's for.
This is the GoFundMe.
God.
It was made explicitly for us. Our dumbass lawyers told us we had way too much money and we wouldn't need it all. So I was like, hey, whatever leftover money we have, I'm going to use it to help everybody else. Thinking at the time that $170,000 was like, to me, that at the time, that was like an unbelievable amount of money. I'd never seen or had that much money in my life. So I was like, this is like infinite money, right? Like I'm gonna be able to help everybody forever. And my dumb fucking lawyers told me that. But the thing is, this money was raised for us, for this lawsuit explicitly. Explicitly. By my...
So he says, the class acts that Ethan and Hila are, they did not ask for viewers to support their defense fund with money, but this situation is bigger than them. If they... Is this the description of the actual thing? Donation protected. So this is what Philip DeFranco wrote. Updates. One of the final updates. Check this out. This is the GoFundMe.com/H3H3 defense fund. Go fund dot dash H3H3 defense fund. See if this works. They said it was still up. Ethan and Gila are being sued for a video they created about YouTuber Matt Haas. In my and many others' opinions, this is an attempt to step on freedom of speech via a broken copyright system that most people's confusions are over fair use. The class acts that Ethan and Gila are, they did not ask for viewers to support their defense fund with money, but this situation is bigger than them. If they are bullied and drained of funds because of this ridiculous lawsuit and or they lose the case, it could set a terrible precedent for other creators. Now it's H3H3 Productions, but tomorrow it's you and your favorite creators being scared into keeping their mouths shut. They have estimated that defending this to the end could cost them around $100,000, even if they win. Let's start out with a small goal, as any little bit helps. I'll get the ball rolling with a $5,000 donation. Please join me in this. Updates, one of the final updates. Thank you for everyone. I started this with the hope to help raise just a fraction of what you guys donated. You're amazing. As of today, I'm handing over full access to the funds to Ethan and his lawyers. If you haven't heard about how the money will be used by Ethan and now FUPA, I recommend you watch the video I've attached. It's very exciting. Okay, so let's see how the video that he attached.
Since we posted our video 2 days ago, a lot has happened. It's been crazy, and most of all, we've received such an overwhelming amount of support that it's completely blown us away.
Yeah.
When we made that video, we didn't expect anyone to really care about it except our own community, and just seeing everyone come together has been absolutely amazing. So many of you guys probably heard by now that Philly D, upon seeing our video, started a GoFundMe campaign that as of now has raised over $115,000 fucking dollars in 24 hours.
It's unreal. I feel like it just turned completely for like the shittiest situation we've been in to like one of the greatest.
It's ridiculous. And now, you know, no matter what happens with the case, we've already won. Philly D started by putting in $5,000. Notch came in with $8,000. Gary Newman, Markiplier, Michael Green, Drama Alert, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Quebble Cop, Ray Narvaez, In a Nutshell, Critical, Did You Know Gaming, Jake Roper, I Hate Everything, Luna, Matthias, Scarce, Boogie, Jenna Marbles, even Leftiist here, and the Fine Bros, people who we've roasted in the past, set aside their differences to help protect fair use, for which I have so much respect. I mean, the Fine Bros gave $10,000.
Yeah, that was just so shocking.
Honestly, a huge, big thank you to everybody who helped support it. All those guys and 4,000 plus more people who are on an escrow account in the care of Morrison Lee, Ryan Morrison and his partner Michael Lee, a video game attorney. So it goes into an escrow account in their care that will be used only for the purpose of protecting fair use and representing people, big or small, who are in legitimate need of protection. So far, these guys, Morrison and Lee, have been known for giving free legal advice. Well, now they can do way more than that. They can actually represent these people and use their time to help support fair use. That money will not be used for any other purpose. We will never see a penny of it. It is going straight from Philly D's campaign into an escrow account for the sole purpose of protecting fair use.
We will not see a penny of it?
These people and use their time to help support fair use. That money will not be used for any other purpose. We will never see a penny of it. It is going straight from Philly D's campaign into an escrow account for the sole purpose of protecting fair use. And we will be its first client. And that's why we decided to donate $5,000 of our own money into the GoFundMe.
You can't say that we're not going to see a penny of this and then be like, but we're also going to be the first client of the account.
Because even though you guys gave us the money to defend ourselves, we're also a member of this community, and this is something that we care about. So, I mean, it's also our burden to bear. So we're giving $5,000 of our own money into the account. So we will be the first client of this account that will be known as the Fair Use Protection.
The first client of many, right? That's the implication. Oh, but then they took all of the money out of it, and whoops-a-daisy, what can we do? I guess it's all gone.
Account, also known as FUPA. And even now, guys, the FUPA continues to grow. The FUPA shall protect all of us. Thank you guys for helping augment the fupa and making it voluptuous and big and powerful, like we always knew that it was.
I mean, bro, are you like, come on. The implication here is that this is going to help a lot of different people. This is going to be an account that the community contributes to, that helps out members of like the YouTube video reaction or whatever kind of community when they need help. They're like, we're going to be the first client, and then it just ends. You literally said that we're not going to see a penny of this money once it goes into the escrow account, but actually we're going to be the first client, and oh, look at that, all of the money was used for us, so whoopsie.
If anyone out there thinks that they have a legitimate fair use claim and are being bullied, email fupa@morrisonlee.com, and the lawyers and ourselves are going to look over everything and
Oh, Ethan and Gila are now involved in deciding if your case has any merit or not. Really, Ethan? Why would they do that? They apparently said that they're never going to see a penny of it. If the escrow account is controlled by these lawyers, and now apparently Ethan and Hila are involved in the decision making of how the money gets spent. When they said, "Oh, we're just going to be clients of this account." So you run the account, but your clients are the account. Sounds like you just gave all of the money to yourself. And they literally did. They donated $5,000 to themselves and pretended like it was them giving money to the community of YouTube. How long ago was this? Like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago? And they did a performative donation of $5,000 to themselves. So they're like, This is a first step towards making the YouTube community closer knit and everyone looking out for themselves. Oh, we took all of the money in the account and we donated ourselves to our account and pretended like it was a community gesture. Just ignore that. All the money was always going to go to us anyway. This is going to help creators large and small. To borrow from Ethan Klein's editing. This is going to help creators large and small. The money was always going to go to us anyway. We're never going to see a cent from this account. The money was always going to go to us anyway. We're the first clients of this FUPA account. The money was always going to go to us anyway. Like, are you serious? You're going to pretend like you did nothing wrong here? You're going to pretend like, oh, well, we needed the money for our legal fees. Well, that's the point. Everyone needed the money for your legal fees. And now you're just, like, this is so obviously a thorn in the side of these two con artists. And when someone brings it up, they can't fucking handle it. So they just go into hysterics. Literally are like, we're never going to see a cent of this. We're going to help creators large and small. We're going to be the first clients. We donated $5,000 to help out the account.
My one-time dear great friend, dude, oh God, it was made explicitly for us. Our dumbass lawyers told us we had way too much money and we wouldn't need it all. So I was like, hey, whatever leftover money we have, I'm going to use it to help everybody else. Thinking at the time that $170,000 was like,
you donated $5,000 to yourself, Ethan? Don't pretend like it wasn't going to be like a community thing. Why not wait until after your lawsuit to donate the money if you were serious about it? You did that so that you could fool people into supporting you. Come on, bro.
To me, that at the time, that was like an unbelievable amount of money. I'd never seen or had that much money in my life. So I was like, this is like infinite money, right? Like, I'm gonna be able to help everybody forever. And my dumb fucking lawyers told me that. But the thing is, this money was raised for us, for this lawsuit explicitly.
No, it wasn't, bro. You said it was a community thing. That's not explicitly for your lawsuit.
Explicitly.
Play the video that's in the link. Play that video.
By my one-time dear great friend.
Fucking legend.
Yeah, no, he was a legend for doing that.
That's a little disappointing. This move...
What the
Bro, I'm gonna die.
So that other creators could have used it. Well, that's a little disappointing. This move received criticism from many, like Keemstar, who suggested that the Klein.
Okay, so like again, she says she's done. Yeah, I know. Keemstar, who by the way is like off that shit.
That's a rare Keem she found.
She found a really sleepy. He looks very sleepy.
It's a sleepy Keem.
Akeem, if you're watching this, I just want to send my best regards
Holy
to the
fucking shit, and this is boring as hell. First of all, why aren't they just starting at the beginning of the video?
Cow universe. I know you guys are going through some troubling times.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they always are, aren't they?
It's falling apart.
Like actually, or like the way that it's always falling apart?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, people are always coming and going.
Yeah.
It's like being revived with the Dragon Ball. Every episode, something new.
She looks psychotic here, by the way. She talk about this is like another.
You're projecting that onto her.
Misogyny counter number 2.
But I don't know why she looks again like a ventriloquist dummy.
You can't use that line twice.
Like all plastic.
Oh my god, dude, is that just what he says about every woman that he sees that's like attractive on his show now? Literally, quite literally dehumanizing the women, right? Oh, Denim's, she's a ventriloquist dummy. Then he sees her with makeup on. Oh, she's a ventriloquist dummy. Like, you can't get much more dehumanizing than that when every fucking woman that you see, that you feel yourself attracted, like, come on, man. Ethan was literally fantasizing about having Denims as a girlfriend. He definitely thinks about Denims that way. The first comment he made about her was her appearance, and now he's saying that she's a ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, dude, we're talking about a ventriloquist dummy? We're talking about a ventriloquist dummy. If we're talking about someone who's supposed to be like comedically grotesque and a caricature of a human being, look no further than the mirror in your bathroom. I mean, dude, you let your wife dress you up like that, and you're gonna get labeled that shit.
She just has good skin.
Sorry.
No, dude, this is her.
Okay, that's a freeze frame. That's a freeze frame.
You look like
she's
one.
like the spooky. No, dude, this is her.
Okay, that's a freeze frame. That's a freeze frame.
You look like
she's like the spooky doll that moves a little bit when you out of the corner of your eye.
I know what you're saying. She just has nice skin, and I think she has like moisturizer on.
I don't know.
And
man,
the lights are very
You're looking like a dummy with your fucking rosy ass cheeks, dude.
Okay, fair. I accept it.
No, but the Denims one hit so hard because she legit looks like that iconic one. It's not working as well.
Here's the post she got it from 2 months ago, from Snark.
Oh,
a piece of lore I wasn't aware of. Ethan Klein, better known as Pedo Troll, started a fund to help small creators.
Come on, dude, that's a good line. That's a good line. Like, Dan laughed at that line because it is good. Ethan Klein, better known as Pedo Troll.
Creators who are defending themselves in fair use. He then proceeded to use all the money on his own lawsuit, then closed the fund. This is where she got it from.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow, cool.
Okay.
And so all the money on his own lawsuit.
Ethan Klein, better known as Pedo Troll, started a fund to help small creators who are defending themselves in fair use lawsuits. I mean, dude, Ethan, you literally created the fund to help other people. That's why you said that it's in escrow and you're not going to be getting a cent of it. You did that, and you said it was to help other people. In reality, you lied about that just so you can get more donations. I mean, you donated it to yourself. You donated to the fund for yourself. Like, you pretty obvious that you're purposely tricking people into donating to that fund. And then you use all of the money on your own lawsuit. Sure, the GoFundMe was for Ethan Klein and Gila and for their channel, but the fund, in the escrow fund, was for it was for the YouTube community. It was explicitly for the YouTube community, okay? So yes, this is 100% accurate. Look at the video that you made about it if you're forgetting history.
Then close the fund. This is where she got it from.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow, cool.
Okay.
And so again, she's read the fully debunked old shit, but like clearly she's now read what I had to say about it and reported that and her deep levels of research. This is the part she's about to explain now.
Scammed their audience. This in turn made Keemstar into an enemy of Ethan Klein. In the end, Ethan.
Yeah, that's where our rivalry began. That's where our rivalry began.
And Ela Klein won their lawsuit, with U.S. District Judge Catherine B. Forrest ruling that their commentary video constituted fair use as a matter of law and describing it as quintessential comment and criticism.
You're welcome, by the way.
Shout out, Catherine.
Yeah, that's the reason you can make this fucking video in peace. I swear. So anyway, crazy. It's like crazy, dude. She shows Gokinaru's.
Ethan, you've threatened to sue her 2 times already during this video.
Manipulated JonTron footage. This. I mean, if you thought the first part was defamation, wait till you see this.
So yeah, just to give this some setup, she's talking about how
you would use Trisha.
Like, Ethan honestly sounds mad that he wasn't successful, or that John Haas, or who is it, Bold Guy? Is that who he's talking about? Like, he sounds mad that he wasn't successfully sued for copyright infringement. Like, he's so angry that he can't sue this Cruel World Happy Mind content creator for the video that they did on him.
It's like,
what up, Catherine?
Yeah, that's the reason you can make this fucking video in peace. So anyway, crazy. It's like crazy, dude. She shows Gokunaru's manipulated JonTron footage. This, I mean, if you thought the first part was defamation, wait till you see this.
So yeah, just to give this some setup, she was talking about how you would use Trisha just for a view, like you would get her worked up just to get, you know, views and stuff.
Maybe, why don't you shut the fuck up and play the video if you're trying to get set up? Well, just for some setup, let me give it to you instead of watching the video.
And she's saying you did the same thing to poor JonTron after he went through a controversy.
Oh my God.
No shot. Is she defending JonTron?
Wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I actually stuck my neck out for him, and I got annihilated by everybody.
Yeah.
For not being harder on him.
And because you guys were next
or
to
be
each-
too hard.
Yeah,
Or being too hard.
Nobody was happy.
Right.
Nobody was happy.
By the way, a pre-planned conversation where, like, you do need to apologize, and I want to give you an opportunity to explain yourself, and I'm going to critique you enough, right, so that people will feel that it was challenging enough, but also giving you the space to
apologize.
To apologize, right?
Well, the thing was, you guys weren't in the same shot. So Gokunaru was showing you say something and he said something, but it was out of order. He was taking stuff out. So it looked like you were continuously pressing him when he was like, I just want to move on. And it wasn't like that at all in the actual.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ultimately, when you look at the way that Trisha was used on the H3 podcast, it seems like she was often used as a way to stoke her flames.
She by the way, she got nothing out of that collaboration. She's totally just totally lost from it.
Reviews and engagement. This is something that Ethan has done in the past to other content creators that he's
To Shredder?
Yeah.
You use Shredder?
What a sweet little boy.
seen as easily provoked for engagement. Ethan Klein used to associate with the creator JonTron, who was exposed for some incredibly horrible, like blatantly bad takes that had him virtually canceled. Yet after the fact, Ethan invited him onto the H3 podcast to have a discussion.
So why do you say it like that? Yeah, that's what we did. What are you guys going to talk about?
What? Wait. So CWHM is like, Ethan had JonTron onto his podcast to have a discussion, and Ethan's like, why would you say it like that? Yeah, that's what we did. Bro, like, I don't give a lot of credence to, like, the Ethan's on drugs talking points and conspiracy theories, but you sound like someone that's on drugs. You're like, someone says something, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Of course, that's exactly right. Like, you are insanely erratic. Why are you acting like this? She said something which you wholeheartedly agree with, but you're like, why did you say it like that? Of course, that's 100% accurate. Like, you're like, what the hell are you saying? That's completely true. Okay. Then he does like a little jig here.
Who was exposed for some incredibly horrible, like blatantly bad takes that had him virtually canceled. Yet after the fact, Ethan invited him onto the H3 podcast to have a discussion.
So why do you say it like that? Yeah, that's what we did. What are you guys going to talk about? The controversy? Okay, but then now she's showing Gokunaru, who, by the way, I honestly, it's all good with him. I don't care about this stuff anymore. We've chatted. It's all good. But this is a child in his fucking bedroom with South Park pictures, his undisheveled bed, unmade bed, his fucking science school books. And this is your source. Okay.
8.5 months. Now
It's actually
you give
accounting.
JonTron
What? Oh, it's an account.
It's his accounting class textbook.
Okay, fair.
a platform to defend himself.
It happened. How long ago was that now?
I don't keep track. 9 months or something.
Ethan continued to say things that seemed intentional to sort of garner a reaction within JonTron.
I don't really want to get into.
So wait, are you defending JonTron?
Yes. Even though she just talked about his incredibly, by the way, very clever of her to just call them incredibly bad takes. Maybe you should specify what he said before you go on to defend him in the next part. Maybe you should let us know.
Probably didn't even do a deep dive.
Yeah, no.
I think you're right. I think she intentionally omitted it. So
I think she
could go
knows,
on to defend.
but she didn't want to be appearing to defend an incredibly racist take, and so a bad take. But look at what Ethan did.
So she's on one hand like he got super canceled, and Ethan's a fucking piece of shit for even having a conversation. But in that conversation, he was way too mean to him.
He was way too pushy,
and also uses fucking edited.
She didn't say anything of the sort. She didn't even imply that Ethan was mean to him. Like, you guys are, this is their headcanon. Just let her say the video, man. I'm adding this to the misogyny counter. This is number 3. They are literally mansplaining a video that they are reacting to. You can understand what she's saying by just playing the video, but they insist on pausing it and putting words into her mouth instead of just letting her say it. Like, dude, this is an insane way to react to something. I think there is a lot of misogyny in this.
Also, it's manipulated footage. So just great job on all
Layers.
fronts. It's awesome.
It's a minefield of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything I said and say and qualify it or anything. The main question on everyone's mind is, oh, is he see? No.
Do you feel like you said some things that you regret?
Yeah, I don't like reliving it.
Did you have a lot of self? Oh yeah, this is all cut together.
Time.
Enjoying this.
And then in Goku Naruto's original, it wasn't like that. Actually, I think it was just like it looked like it wasn't manipulated. Like you couldn't see the cuts.
Yeah.
But it was out of order.
Yeah, it was definitely
He
out of
cut out
order.
everything in between and just made it seem like I was like shotgun and.
And I in my video I showed it unedited.
Which, by the way, if your point is that he's this terrible racist that I should never even had on the show, then what the fuck is the problem? Even if that's all true, which it's not. Just layers of lies.
Was a former dentist turned comedian. He gained widespread attention around early 2016.
Wait.
When Ethan Klein reacted to one of his videos.
Okay, I can't got sucked into every vortex.
Yeah, so she continues to show some of the.
You didn't play any of the clip. You're just like, she has two contradictory criticisms of me, and they're both stupid. And then you go on. You didn't let her give a single point. She literally didn't make a single point in that. Like, you played a 10-second segment of the JonTron section of her video. You're like, she's a dumbass, she's a complete loser, and she's defaming me. And then you play 2 more seconds, and then you're like, well, I can't get sucked into every vortex. What was her point about JonTron? I'm so confused. It's insane the way they're treating these people that they're reacting to. They literally like put them on the screen. They're like, oh, look at that. Their face isn't moving when it's paused. That's so funny. Anyway, they're idiots. All right, great job reacting to a video, guys.
Goku Naruto footage to show Jimmy Lee. But here, I just included this. This is Goku Naruto's own description on that
The
video.
video that, as the source, right? In 2025 that she's
Okay,
using. Goku
okay.
Naruto.
This is insane. This is insane. What? So they were talking about JonTron. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to CWHM. Yeah, this is insane. That's an apt description. What happened? Do I not have the tab up? Oh, here we go. World World Happy Mind. JonTron. I'm just curious, like, what was her point? The beginning intro, the beginning initial controversies, copyright. They didn't let her make a point there. Fair use. Ethan Klein, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, JonTron, Johnny Boy, Tronny Boy. I'm gonna have to find this in the transcript. Okay. We're going to the transcript, everyone. Because I feel like I missed it. Yeah, I heard that. They're posting pictures of her kids. Okay, let's go.
JonTron, who was exposed for some incredibly horrible, like blatantly bad takes that had him virtually canceled. Yet after the fact, Ethan invited him onto the H3 podcast to have a discussion.
So after 8.5 months, now you give JonTron a platform to defend himself?
It happened. How long ago was that now?
I don't keep track. 9 months or something.
Ethan continued to say things that seemed intentional to sort of garner a reaction within JonTron.
I don't really want to get into this. It's a minefield of sorts. I'm not going to go back and nitpick everything I said and say and qualify it or anything. The main question on everyone's mind is, oh, is he a racist? Is he a Nazi? No.
Do you feel like you said some things that you regret?
Yeah, I don't like reliving it.
Did you have a lot of self-aware moments during that?
Of course, the whole time.
Jimmy Lee was a former dentist turned comedian. He gained widespread attention around early 2016 when Ethan Klein reacted to one of his videos.
This guy's on fire.
Hey!
Okay, so her point is that Ethan Klein platforms shitty people in order to, get this type of shock comedy content out of it. And the comedy is Ethan being like, I found someone who's worse than me, and I'm going to put them on my show. Like the Piers Morgan algorithm right there. But yeah, that's her point, that he platforms shitty people because he thinks that it's going to be controversial and get views. That's what CWHM is trying to say. So yeah, maybe if Ethan was actually listened to what she had to say and didn't pause the video and put words in her mouth every 5 seconds, he wouldn't be as confused about the point that she's trying to make. She's accusing you of being a content whore, bro. and in the process doing some bad stuff by platforming shitty people.
In his description, the highlight said, "Thanks to Starkiller for pointing out the error here." And
the JonTron segment had on top of that as well. It says was cut.
Yeah, it doesn't challenge
I don't
them.
think you could do a better case of blatant defamation than what she's doing. Thanks to that as the source, right? In 2025 that she's using, Goku Naro in his description, the highlight said, "Thanks to Starkiller for pointing out the error here." And
the JonTron segment had on top of that as well. It says was cut.
I don't think you could do a better case of blatant defamation.
Dude, seriously, editing interviews. I mean, this is so famous, right? Donald Trump went on 60 Minutes. They did an interview. They cut down on his interview time because they edit shit all the time. He sued them. Everyone's like, he has no standing to sue them. And he won anyway because he is a dictator and media corporations are bowing down to him. So they gave him like $70 million or something for that lawsuit. And Ethan's like, oh, I'm going to do the exact same thing that Donald Trump did. Ethan, you're not a dictator, bro. Then no one's going to accept this as defamation because they deceptively edited an interview of you with JonTron. First of all, it's not even deceptive editing. He would claim it is, but it's not. It's just editing and showing the relevant parts of that interview that are relevant to what CWHM is talking about in her video. And yeah, you'd be laughed out of the courtroom if you're like, they clipped together an interview I did 10 years ago, and I want to sue them for defamation because it makes me look bad. You would be ridiculed, dude. You're not a dictator. You're not even maybe he's a wannabe dictator, but he doesn't have any chance. He doesn't have any real power. He's a fucking joke.
Than what she's doing. It's disgusting. And again, this is what you get
but you know
for
what's
fucking
crazy?
participating in snark subreddits. Don't try to deny it. This is exactly where you got all this information. You got gaslit into thinking it's all true. Did zero opposition research, right? And now you're doing defamation.
Gaslit. I'm gonna give that misogyny counter number 4. Why specifically is it gaslit? Instead of like gaslit, is could it be that she's a woman? Is that what it's a reference to?
Congratulations. That's what you fucking get.
It's also crazy because I don't know anything about her. I've never seen her before, but I saw the Reddit post about it on our subreddit, and I noticed that some people there were actually excited to watch her video. So like now, what a way to discredit yourself and all of your other works because you're just showing us you did zero research. You just went on a snark subreddit.
Her cope is that where our audience is a rabid cult, like a multi-level marketing cult that just haters, and it could possibly be that they disagree.
It actually seemed like there were friends of hers in our community. So
yeah. My thing. So here's the 5%, bro. You guys are gonna love this. Doing the show.
Trish receives a 45% cut of the show, while Ethan Klein receives an extra 5% that goes towards production costs. Now, first off,
imagine just on its face thinking
that's a bad deal.
Good. This is guys. If anybody who's in any industry like this will tell you, my lawyers were fucking when they saw that deal, they were bewildered by it. In no world would somebody show up to a fully fledged production with an entire crew, posted to their channel, made by them, by the way. That show was our creation. We made it. We put it on. All she did was show up a couple hours a week. In no fucking world is 45% not an unbelievably gracious, unbelievably generous.
You paid for the set. You hired I was hired around that time. You said you were ramping up episodes.
I don't even think, did she even pay me back for the set? I was just like, no, it's fine.
I don't think.
We didn't even split the cost, right? I built the set, which was a really.
Why would she pay you back for the set if it was in her contract that she wasn't going to pay for the set at all?
Professional set.
But also, she just showed up. Like she had to do nothing but
exactly. It doesn't matter how good the production was or wasn't. Like you said, a 45% deal on a show that you're just talent and you just show up and do the show.
Really,
we worked all week preparing.
More than reasonable. Yeah.
You guys are all making good points, but her explanation's even worse.
Okay, go ahead, girl. You're killing it.
If the show is incredibly successful, incredibly successful, and all you're doing is paying your employees a base salary, putting up.
And then she proceeds to show a whole fucking big ass crew.
Wait.
How much do you think it costs to pay them?
Wait. So paying the employees a base salary is a problem?
A big negative.
5%
okay, got it.
to pay.
No, hold on.
Okay, right.
This leftist queen is cooking right now.
Employees a base salary, putting up a fabric.
We don't know that she's a leftist. I mean, but great job, Dan. Yeah, criticizing leftists now. That's what we're doing.
Backdrop, a basic table and mics,
That's fucking bananas. Dude, that set was genius. And by the way, very expensive. Custom table, the lighting, we built a whole light.
It's a green screen, bro. It's genius and very expensive.
That's I had a grade. Yeah, we just got a grade here recently.
It was genius for being in a basement. Yeah, for sure. We made it work really well for a space that was far from ideal. It was during the lockdown. It was during COVID.
I have to say, that Frenemy set looks like shit. It looks like the Eric Andre set. Wasn't the joke that it was supposed to look trashy? That it's just like a trashy podcast with two trashy people, but they're having a good time? Isn't that the point of it?
Removed from reality. Like, there's so many production gigs that people will just hire a person for that gig, and then they don't get a salary.
They get a flat rate to show up.
They just get a rate for the gig for the day. Then they can have no work for months.
Trisha made millions. I would say she made millions of dollars from that show.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, how is that even a point? Like, we actually have salaried employees where if we take a week off, they still get paid. Like, they get benefits. They get a good competitive salary. Like, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you also have them as part of your show. And let's be honest, your show would be nothing without your salaried employees that are just your employees, right? No, they are arguably like a bigger part of the show than these two are.
Taking their limited time per week out to work on this show. And that show became like a priority because it was such a big...
How are they saying that it's an expensive set when it's like, okay, lighting, sure, and then it's a table and a green screen, and they're like, this was really expensive.
Deal. We put a lot of effort into... What am I explaining?
Yeah, you don't have to explain any of it. Again, 45% is very generous deal.
Well, I mean, and then like segments alone, like the
bus,
the goat yoga, the bus. Like with the goat yoga, you had Dan in the back seat, you had me following in the car with Moses. We bought GoPros. There was so much that went into it. We didn't just show up and put up a fabric background.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, that's why. God.
Fabric backdrop, a basic table and mics. You know that 5% can get pretty chunky. If your podcast is getting tens of millions of views, incredible success, that 5% can really numerically change quite a bit. Do your employees get a
I am going to scream.
Why this
raise because of that 5% production cost?
Where did you even find that?
It's from Good Mythical Morning.
No, here, there's no way that she just happened upon this. I bet you this is from Snark.
This is absolutely from Snark.
Probably, but this is from Tiger Belly.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Are you fucking serious? A picture where you look a little bit like unkempt and disheveled, and so does your wife, and you're like, this is a Snark picture. Remember when Ethan Klein, there was a meme going around of him looking like shit, and they're like, when you're hiding the zombie bite from your friends in the Survivor crew, and he's like, that must be photoshopped of me. Like, dude, you know you're ugly. You know you're ugly. You've said when Hassan makes fun of your looks and your intelligence, you're like, you can say that I'm ugly, but when he makes fun of my intelligence, that's a low blow. That's too far. I can't believe you'd go there. Just accept it, dude. Every time you see a bad picture of yourself, you're like, that has to be an op. That has to be an op against me.
I think.
No, this is from
Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah. But I feel like
the wood should have been the tip off. Yeah.
It's got to be a post from Snark because there's no fucking way.
But roll back
this is important.
She just said something pretty interesting.
Okay. Your podcast is getting tens of millions of views. Incredible success. That 5% can really numerically change quite a bit.
And that 45% can numerically change quite a bit too.
Right.
You know?
Employees get a raise because of that 5% production cost?
Yes.
Are you investing?
Wait, let me address that one.
What?
She just asked, did your employees get a raise because of that? Yes. Yeah, I got a really fat raise when Frenemies took off. Yes.
Thank you for saying that. And by the way, she's like, and do you think greedy? I say Jew boy. She didn't put that in.
Okay, you're adding that.
Do you think greedy, horrible, capitalist scumbag Ethan gave his employees a raise? Of course not.
But that is like.
I need to disclose it to you guys?
It is part of how it feels to me. Like, I feel like we always get criticized for stuff around money and greed because we're Jewish. Like, it used to happen to us already years ago.
You can't go a day. Neither of these two can go a day without bragging about how much money they have. You've gone on an entire campaign that has lasted this summer. We're saying that iDubbbz and Anissa are jealous of you because of your wealth. And now you're like, I can't believe that like people criticize us for money, and I think they do it because we're Jewish. Fucking get over yourself, dude. Honestly, with victim complexes this large, is it any wonder that they don't care about Palestinians? These people are the biggest victims in the world. Why would they care about Palestinians? Why would they have empathy for cutie Cinderella just because someone did AI nudes of her? These people are victims of the snarks and grumpuses that are behind every corner and underneath every bed that they lay in. They are the biggest victims in the entire fucking world, according to themselves. They don't have room for having empathy for other people. Jesus Christ. Now, if you watch this podcast under the assumption that they are just perpetual victims, anyone who opens their mouths about them is doing another Holocaust to them. Remember Zach? He's like, it feels like the wartime because people are saying free Palestine to me when I wear my Israeli flag outside. It feels like the wartime. These people cannot get over themselves. And I'm not talking about Jews. I'm talking about Ethan and Gila. Zach's another level. Zach's another thing, but goddamn, bro. If you operate under the assumption that these people just view themselves as the most victimized people that have ever existed, a lot of this shit becomes way more clear. The endless grievances, the petty squabbles with everyone, the blowing things out of proportion, the insistence on Islamophobia and misogyny, and just any other bigotry that would serve their purposes for that very specific type of argument or internet beef that they're trying to wage to entertain their audience. They're just such fucking losers, and I think that's why it's not even fun to cover this shit anymore, because they're just whining. They just whine. They don't shut up. They just whine, man. Well, they're just anti-Semitic to us because they say that. She didn't even mention their money, by the way. She's like, oh, Trisha probably should have gotten like more money because that seems like a lot of money when you're getting millions of views. And they're like, you hate us because we're Jewish and you're bringing up money because we're Jewish. I can't believe it. Yeah, Ethan Klein, the guy who brags about how much. Okay, I wasn't gonna do this because the video is so atrocious, but it is relevant. It is relevant to this. Her latest video that they posted, I watched the first few minutes of this because someone made a Reddit post and they're like, I loved watching this when I was alone on Halloween. Please make more for lonesome people on Halloween. Look at this.
Look at that glowing though. So to stand here and actually kind of see it around you versus like looking at a black and white photo of the Titanic, it's different. And people pick up on that the more and more that they come here. It's just it doesn't move. It's just kind of alive in a way.
She's alive. What piece are you wearing? What's on your?
In their haunted ship video, Ethan can't help himself but having a metaphorical dick measuring contest with the guy who's giving them a tour around the haunted ship. And of course, what does he do it with? His watch, which is a direct metaphor, direct symbol for his wealth.
Wrist.
Citizen going on here.
Oh, Citizen, nice. Do you know IWC?
Oh yeah.
Here, let me.
That's just a reflection.
Yeah,
yes. Put some light on that.
Oh, Jesus!
That's great.
It's a flashbang.
I wanted to show. Oh my God! Look at that glowing though. Yo, look at that.
Shards that suck it up.
I wanted to show my IWC, Dan.
So you're
I saw it.
Reflect off.
You want to see?
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, it's actually burned right here.
I think I did.
That's awesome.
Oh wow, though. Look at that. Okay. You like it?
Dude, that's beautiful.
Do you know what the 5711 is? The Patek? Oh, you don't know about that? Like the green dial? Super rare.
I know what a Patek Philippe is, but
yeah, I have one of those.
Oh, nice.
Super rare.
That's cool. This in particular, this is the staff.
Oh, but Ethan's so funny. It's all a joke. When he's flexing his wealth, that's a complete joke. Oh, when he can't help himself but bring up the watch that he has on his wrist, and he just asks the tour guide about the watch that he's wearing so that he can brag about how expensive the watches he's wearing. That's just a complete joke, right? Right? CWHM would say those are just jokes until you realize that they're not just jokes and that people actually mean it. But no, people only bring up money about H3H3 because they're anti-Semitic, right? Hila must hate when Ethan does that if she truly believes that. Where were we?
She just asked, did your employees get a raise because of that? Yes. Yeah, I got a really fat raise for trying to make the cough. Yes.
Thank you for saying that. And by the way,
Dude, sink or
by the way,
flow.
she's like, and do you think greedy? I'm gonna.
Oh, and then he's like, I'm gonna say that she's just anti-Semitic here, right? Do you think the greedy Jews would give her 5%? No, that's funny though. It's like if Ethan fell off overboard, he would have been able to survive, but the watch on his wrist would probably drag him down to the depths, and his frail frame would be too weak to be able to resist the pull of like a 3rd pound of a watch dragging him down.
I say Jew boy. She didn't put that in.
Okay, you're right.
I say Jew boy. She didn't put that in there, but I'm just gonna say that she's anti-Semitic. Can we cut back to the part where you're like, can people just say anything they want about anyone online these days? I can't believe it. I can't believe that she'd say I used funds for a community that I said would go to a community when they were meant for me in the first place, even though I lied and said that they'd be going to the community. And now you're like, she's anti-Semitic. Okay, Ethan.
Adding that. You're
You
adding
think greedy, horrible, capitalist scumbag Ethan gave his employees a raise? Of course not.
But that is
Do I
like,
need to disclose it?
it is part of how it feels to me. Like I feel like we always get criticized for stuff surrounding
Greedy.
money and
Always.
greed because we're Jewish. Like it used to happen to us already years ago when we had to explain ourselves for getting like sponsor deals, and we were like, well, what about PewDiePie? Like he takes them. Why is nobody saying he's greedy? You know? I don't know. It's just why is she even talking about it? You do have to wonder because everything she's described so far is like sounds really good.
You guys are very generous. That was my first year. I got a big raise as well.
Sounds really good. Everything she's described so far sounds. I mean, she just is saying that you gave Trisha a bad deal. I don't think it's personally. I don't think it's bad, but like that's what she's saying. And there's, yeah.
You've always been generous. There's tons of things where we made like a lot of money on merch and a lot of things that your audience, and you've given us all the profits. There's besides all the raises and all the bonuses you've given us, just little things I can't even think off the top of my head. One, for example, we were driving to Michigan once for a wedding because the flights were like crazy expensive. On the road, Ethan called me. He's like, I don't want you guys to drive. I'm worried about you guys driving that far. And he's like, I'll pay for the tickets. Just don't drive. And it was so kind. There's so many times you guys have done this, and it's things like that. And it's just very fucked up that people try to call this out because you guys are very generous.
Thank you. It really is not.
Wow.
And again, even just come back to it, but even just her main point.
Bro, I'm sorry. If Ethan can pay for flights for his employees, he's not paying them enough. Like, dude, you do not bring in the vast majority of views on this show. Everyone watches the show for the family camaraderie aspect. That's the crew. He should be paying them an equal amount. I mean, maybe he's saying that it's all of his Teddy Fresh stuff, and he's just rich. I mean, he's rich enough to consider opening a fucking factory in America for his Teddy Fresh clothing. So maybe that's what's making him so much money. But if we're talking about like the money that he's getting on the show, he's definitely not paying his employees enough.
The deal with Trisha, offering 45% for a co-star is
like,
very generous.
are these guys questioning every podcast out there, like what kind of deals people are getting and what like I'm curious, is that something that's being discussed about every other show?
Do I need to bring out everybody's salary and everything?
It's so funny. It's like Klein, when she sees a video made about her podcast, do they say things that they're saying about my podcast for every podcast? I'm just wondering, like, is that something that they say about every podcast? I don't know. Why would they bring it up for my podcast, but not for every because it's a video about your podcast. It's like people have never heard of videos or talking about subjects before. It's like you're saying that I'm a shitty person, but like, have you talked about other people being shitty persons too? It's called having a conversation about a specific subject. Like we talk about discrete concepts and ideas because we're not fourth dimensional beings. I don't know. Maybe Gila should. I mean, she probably can understand that, right? She was able to understand the idea of Israeli women being war criminals. Like that's pretty cool. She posted that shit. But does she post that about every military?
Thing nice I've ever done for anybody so that people won't just assume that I'm some greedy Jew bag. And again,
prove that you're not greedy, Ethan.
Yeah. Why is it on me to prove that I'm not a terrible greedy?
Notice how all of these anti-Semitic remarks that Ethan's just making up have nothing to do with the criticism that has been thrown against him for years now by leftist communities like Hassan's community and everyone who's in favor of a Palestinian free state. None of them have been calling him a greedy Jew boy for not giving enough money to Trisha Paytas. It's like, people are calling you a Zionist because you believe in an ethno-state, and you call that anti-Semitic, but now you're trying to say that, oh, but also like, everyone calls me a greedy Jew boy. No, literally no one has done that except for like actual anti-Semitic people that don't speak up in favor of Palestine and are not part of the communities that you've been targeting for the last year and a half.
Person. Why is it that? No, you know, does everybody else need to fucking parade out their financials, all their financials?
Well, she already kind of established it because you spent the GoFundMe money that you raised for your lawsuit on your lawsuit. So
yeah,
that was pretty
tough.
greedy.
That was tough.
That was pretty fucked up.
By the way, in the video, I even reached out to the people. Because oh god, it's just so many layers to it. It's a vortex. I'm not even going into it. We have so much to talk about here.
Into production costs, or are you taking whatever isn't allocated to employees to the set for yourself? While to the public, 5% can feel silly to argue about.
She's
like
still
a very
going about
small
the
number,
5%.
especially
Yes.
if Ethan's argument.
She's doing the thing.
Oh my god.
5% is everything.
5%
Zach's not
is
here, by the way.
everything.
5%. He takes that 5%.
Oh no.
And we invited him to Disneyland, and he didn't even pay us back. He takes that 5%. And
Wait. Thanks to the wonderful website h3lore.com.
Where is Zach? I feel like a show without him is just so
Especially
not
this
the
one.
same.
Yeah.
We need
Go
that
to
5%.
h3lore.com and go to the soundbites page and type 5%. Look at that.
He takes that 5%.
There
Yeah.
it
Hey, pull that
is.
up. I want to see it.
Okay,
So people
yeah.
know. We have, again, partnered with h3lore.com, and this website is just so damn good.
Yeah.
If you ever want to learn, catch up, check out
H3Lore.
Soundbites. This guy's
So
amazing.
soundbites, 5%, boom.
He takes that 5%.
5% means everything. The 5% difference is astronomical.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So now we can add her now.
That's true.
We got
a
another
fourth
one. Thank you, girl.
It was that 5% was for production and the staff, which makes Trisha appear like she didn't care about H3 employees. I could also see why
Appear?
Trisha may start to flinch.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I mean, she's on
Oh, boy.
camera, like destroying Sam. Or was that on camera? She was
She made 3 videos about me.
It's everything.
Yeah,
It's
she was
all over.
ruthless for Sam on her first week of work.
It's in DMs that she chose to release. It's in video. It's everywhere.
Like,
It's
like,
everything.
how can you be less responsible in a video? It's true. These people, like, how dumb do you hopefully feel that you're part of this community? This insane harassment and defamation campaign that you've been sucked into. And while you are trying to be this fair arbiter of truth and research, you are repeating straight up fucking lies as part of a anti-Semitic.
Bro, that's such a big nostril. I think that nostril's too big. I'm gonna have to like cut it down in size. Oh, sorry. Was Ethan Klein talking? Let's just skip it to a random part.
A fan sent me a nice gift to my PO box, and you're like, "Oh, that's nice. All I get." And then like you stopped, and we're like, "Maybe hold on."
That was a joke
talking
just for
about
you.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does.
Of course, I want to empathize with Ethan Klein here. That
Okay.
is probably a very scary situation to be
Except
in,
that I
especially
sent
when
it
you have
myself.
children, a family, and probably hasn't helped at all with Ethan Klein's mental state and the concerns surrounding
Dude, who the fuck are you to talk about my mental state? Like, again, how are you going to be like this woke leftist?
I did want to get to the misogyny counters and like have it be a truthful depiction of what happened in this video or this response video, but it's so much talking, so much inane bullshit that they say.
Break all the
I
fucking
don't even react to the actual video.
rules that you set for yourself when you're talking about someone you don't like. Calling me crazy, calling me delusional, saying that I'm wrong. I mean, a Jewish man about saying anti-Semitism. Like, who the fuck
me a Jewish
are you?
man.
This
is he's cruel world, happy mind, dude.
This is
she's for the cruel world.
This is an
cruel
over
world.
3-hour video that she made that she put so much time into.
Yeah.
She got a taste of the backlash that you have been getting, just a little bit, and she offered in her response video to delete this video if that's what they want. Like
The
next
haters,
day,
by
she
the way,
made a
my
response.
haters. Ben Empanada, who sent her an email. You guys are gonna love this. The part 2 of this is absolutely
It's
bananas.
so funny. So she's getting hate, not from us.
No, but she blames us. But it's,
Blames us,
it's from Hassan fans and snarkers.
Because she didn't go far enough, or what?
She didn't go far enough. She did.
Bro, this is disgusting. This is probably the most disgusting aspect of this reaction video. They're laughing that people had an issue with her coverage of Israel and Palestine. I mean, do you need any more evidence that Ethan Klein does not give a fuck about the Palestinian genocide than this? Where people had good faith criticisms of CWHM because of the way she covered Israel and Palestine, and she made a video responding to those criticisms. And then Ethan and Gila and Dan and AB and everyone on the show is laughing about it. Oh, she didn't say that it was a genocide. Ho, ho. She didn't say it was a genocide because of fear of getting demonetized and deplatformed and criticized. Ho, 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 ho. I mean, yeah, these people are gross. This is what, man, I know people got mad at me when I was like, yeah, at least Nazis will tell you that they're racist, but like, people have the same they have the same attitudes and beliefs towards Palestinians as Nazis do, where they don't give a shit about them. But at least Nazis will say that they don't care about Palestinians because they're not white. And these guys will insist that they do, when every aspect of their lives and the content that they put out there, it clearly shows the opposite to be true. Clearly shows that they could not care any less about Palestinians, because they are racist against them. So this is truly like a good representation of liberalism here, where you have liberals claiming that they care about human rights, dignity, freedom, and equality for everyone, but in reality, they don't. And you see this seep out of every facet of the public content that they put out, because at the end of the day, they can't hide their racism. They're just that racist, and they value petty internet grievances and their own little twisted world that they reside in over the actual human cost of suffering. They're like, let's just follow their logic. I was criticized for being racist, but I felt like it was just them trying to get me to say something specific. CWHM didn't say that specific thing, so now I can just sit back and laugh with them. It's like, no, dude, you rightly got criticized because you are racist, and CWHM rightly got criticized because she spoke in squishy terms about an ongoing active genocide. These are real issues that are happening now, but because you're in your little liberal bubble in the imperial core of the United States, and you're also rich, you have no empathy for these people. Also because you're kind of racist, so it's not an issue that personally affects you, and in fact, you are kind of happy that Israel is expanding its borders and maintaining its ethno-state status. God damn, just like laughing that she had to make a video addressing the genocide. Maybe you should make a video addressing the genocide. Have you done that shit, Ethan? Maybe you should do it.
A taste of the backlash that you have been getting, just a little bit. And she offered in her response video to delete this video if that's what they want. Like
the haters, by the way, my haters. Ben Empanada, who sent her an email. You guys are gonna love this. The part 2 of this is absolutely bananas.
It's so funny. So she's getting hate, not from us.
No, but she blames us. But it's from Hassan fans and snarkers.
Because she didn't go far enough, or what?
She didn't go far enough. She didn't talk enough about Jimmy Lee, and also she didn't refer to Gaza as a genocide. She said a conflict.
Ooh. Not the C word.
Rumors of self-medication have continued, likely stemming from
another snark post again, which is all she sourced to this. Ethan asked his employee to bring her prescribed Adderall to work for him. I think I was kidding.
Yeah.
When Ethan was asking his employees on stream for their Adderall prescription.
But also, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I take drugs. I talk about it all the time.
It's just so funny. Like this is one of those things where I forget. I was streaming. They're like, "Hey, you're still dealing drugs?" I'm like, "Dealing drugs?"
Oh, yeah, I'm selling drugs.
I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh my god!" Like we're completely joking in this clip, but even if I was serious, if you think I would give away my Adderall, that's crazy. There's a shortage.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's been a shortage.
So drugs are cool, man.
Yeah,
for cool people. I just wouldn't get it. They're for cool people.
A grown man asked for an Adderall one time from someone who has it. He knows that's fun. Even if that's true, which we were kidding, right? Is not a fucking big deal. Who gives a shit?
It is true. You just said that you did it.
You think that's bad? You should hear about the other drugs I've taken. I smoked crack one time.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well,
that's not even approved for any medical use.
They were talking about reporting me to the DEA.
To the DEA.
For him not giving me an Adderall.
A single Adderall, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, we're not being harassed. You're doing great, sweetie. You're definitely on the right side of things.
Also, not abusing systems at all. Like actually taking important
CPS,
people's time.
DEA,
yeah.
ICE.
Calling CPS.
CPS.
And mind you, all of these organizations, they could be dealing with something else. Well, fuck ICE, but you know what I mean? Like they could be dealing with other shit. Like you're wasting CPS's resources.
It's ICE. Would it be ICE if you're like, hey, I want to get this person on a work visa deported? It'd be like Homeland. I don't know what it is. They're all those people.
No, but I did see people on the subreddit being like, Olivia's contributing.
Ethan's like, the good organization that deports people. Let's get them on people. Yeah, you're doing a great job, sweetie. Okay, Ethan. Number 5.
To the shortage because she said that she doesn't use it. I don't know how long Adderall lasts. I still have the bottle that I took to school. I haven't called it a new prescription.
We skipped about 40 minutes too.
You prescribed it. You have a right to get that medicine.
Okay, come on. You're being ridiculous now with my voice. Sounds like I just hit a balloon, a helium balloon.
What do you mean?
Okay. No, Dan, don't do that. Don't gaslight me.
That I took to school. I haven't called it a new prescription.
Listen to this.
Listen.
No, you listen.
Prescribed it.
I'm trying to listen. You're talking over.
No, you're talking over.
Now you're talking over.
Krill, you prescribed it. You have a right to get that medicine.
It sounds normal.
I do, but I promise I'm not contributing.
You were also sick for that episode.
So I guess I should try some.
Yeah, maybe you're just sick.
Let's vibe out. It'd be funny if I claimed her. Somehow that's the worst thing in her mind that can happen. Should I claim her video? which I would never do. Of course, I'm kidding. What I'm thinking of doing is will be way worse. Which is funny. She's so worried about getting demonetized from YouTube or claimed from me, but not about committing an overt defamation case that would cost her way more.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Or you could give me some of your, I can take some of your prescription.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a vibe right now.
Probably talk to the doctor.
This is a crime. Crime in progress.
Or see if you want to mix that.
Crime in progress.
Suggestion. I don't know. Do what you want, man. You're a grown man.
Call the
Ethan hasn't
authorities.
publicly confirmed
God,
or
why the
denied
fuck
this,
did
but
I
his
have
public
like,
request
what
for
was the
controlled
bet that I had
medication
to
on the
shave the
show
mustache?
invited lots of speculation.
It didn't invite speculation from anyone out the most deranged snark circles. Nobody thought about it. And by the way, I've already said I had a pill addiction when I was in Israel and tramadol. Like, you're not. This isn't breaking news, okay? I'll take shit. I don't give a fuck. Although I'm pretty much sober now because when I started antidepressants, I pretty much went off all the other drugs.
You are. What do you mean pretty much? You literally are.
I mean, I'll have a beer every once in a while. Although I don't even like doing that.
You know.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything. But I'm just saying, I'm not opposed to doing drugs, right? I stopped out of necessity. But I mean,
James, thank you for the 5 gifted.
I think there's a time and place for people to take drugs. It's just not weird.
But his public
Bro, this video is making Ethan have an existential crisis. He's like, man, that was the best time of my life when I was high on drugs 24/7.
request for controlled medication on the show invited lots of speculation. Ethan also
By the way, children's face blurred by me, not Ethan. Fuck you. Fuck you.
How does anyone call you creepy when they feel like they have the right to comment on your children and how you raise your children? It's
Bro, it's not, you don't raise your, bringing your children onto a podcast that has hundreds of thousands of views is not raising your children. That's not the way you raise your children. Also, bro, don't fucking act like you've never criticized someone for posting their children on social media. That is America. That is the world's pastime. Judging other people for posting videos and pictures of their children. Oh, I'd never post pictures of my children. Oh my God, they're posting a picture of their child. That's so bad. What if they get embarrassed in the future? We should pass laws that make it so that parents can't post pictures of their children until they're like 16 years old or something like that. Everyone does that. AB, you are embarrassing yourself with your fake outrage, your Karen ass bitch ass, and being like, oh, why is she thinking that she can comment on the way Ethan raises his children? Bring your children on a podcast is not raising them. Oh my God. Also, who gives a fuck? You can comment on the way people raise their kids. Stop being a fucking snowflake ass Karen.
Like me, not Ethan.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
How does anyone call you creepy when they feel like they have the right to comment on your children and how you raise your children? It's crazy.
And by the way, me and Hila are extraordinarily thoughtful and sparse with how we include our children, right? Like,
you use them for an ad campaign for your shitty clothing company, dude. You're thoughtful and sparse. How are you sparse? How do you post your children sparsely? I'm so confused, man.
Know how much I want to because they're so cute, and it is what I do like every day, all day, you know. And I want to share, but I don't because
Hila, when she takes a picture of her kid and she's on Instagram, she's like clicking the post button, and then her other arm, no, don't do it, don't click post. She's like, I must dox my children. I'll post them next to the mailbox that shows our address because there's such a cute picture. Dude, I've taken cute pictures before. I don't have the urge to post them online because it's a thing that I personally find satisfying to have a picture that I enjoy looking at on my phone. I don't need other people to look at a picture. Like, I don't have kids, but if I did, oh man, I just want the world to see my children. Kind of weird vibe for you, Hila.
I don't want to do it, but every once in a while, Ethan and I will decide together. We're like, okay, this one time we're okay with it, whatever it is. If it's like they were on the podcast and...
Okay, so then what's the point in not posting? You either post pictures of your kids all the time or you don't post anything. There's no, oh, we only post like a picture. We only bring our kids on the podcast every 4 months. So that's not posting pictures of them. That is, you are doing that.
Like, okay, fine, they were on camera for a few seconds.
I don't want it to be weirder for them where I'm like always hiding their face and stuff. I just want them to feel like relatively regular when the camera's here and stuff, and not think that it's like a bad thing for their face.
Don't bring the camera. Ethan, you don't need to make your children feel weird. because you don't need to put a camera in their face. You don't need to dress them up in clothes to sell children's clothes. You don't need to bring them on the podcast to get more views on the podcast. You can just not do any of that shit, and they wouldn't think that it's weird if they're not on your podcast.
Like, I just want them to feel normal.
Yeah.
So if one of them wants to come say hi during the podcast, I let them do it, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to give them masks like Michael Jackson's kids.
Right.
I don't want to blanket them.
This is my son Blanky.
But, oh yeah, a lot of people were losing their mind in the snark circles about the axolotl thing because we put them in the videos.
Yeah.
That whole thing was like for them.
It was.
They wanted to be in the videos. They wanted to be in the ads. That was like a whole special project.
It's like a 2-year-old kid. Oh, that was for them. My kid wanted to be in the ad, so I just did it. And if you're criticizing me for posting pictures of my children online, well, you should criticize them because they wanted to do it. You're Ethan Klein passing the buck to a literal 2-year-old child. But I guess Gila thinks that 2-year-olds have enough agency to decide that they want to hate, that they want to kill America and Israel. So of course they would think that a 2-year-old has enough agency to decide whether they should post themselves online or not. God damn, bro.
In the beginning, like, we're going to design something that is dedicated to them, and it was something that they wanted.
They wanted to be in the video.
And we're like, okay, it's fine, this one time.
That doesn't mean they need to model for your clothing company where you have their factory owner. This isn't a lemonade stand that their kids are doing. They want to own a factory. They want to build a factory.
And it was super cute, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it was super cute. And then what, did they show a picture of it? And they're like, let's not do that. Dude, don't mock One Piece with your shitty H3 stylized version of it.
Let's go on.
Okay.
Lots of criticism featured his children on the HD podcast. Ethan and Hila streamed an episode with their children from the studio, which went back on their highly publicized promise to never make their kids into YouTube content.
Bro, I've said...
It's not going back on...
He was in the studio visiting, and he wanted to come say hi. You fucking piece of shit.
It's also a choice that we made between us, how we want to parent. And if we choose one day to show them, it is between us.
Do you fucking lose your mind every time
like,
Trisha parades her kids around? Like, I mean, for a TikTok or something? Why? What are you doing?
If you're really worried about these kids, don't make this video. Like, seriously, you don't.
She covered their face. Dude, how is this? She covered their faces.
Contribute to the fucking hate that their parents are going through.
Right.
Dude, they're literally passing the buck. Like, I know I made a joke before, but they double down on it. They're like, my kid wanted to say hi, and I was podcasting. What did you want us to do? Say, no, don't come right now. Ethan has never heard of the concept getting up and going over to say hi to someone. He's never heard of that at all. He's like, my kid was pissing and shitting himself. What did you want me to do other than have him walk over to me, say hi while I'm on camera? He's like, my kid wanted to come on camera. So when you criticize me for putting them on the internet, what you should actually be what you're actually doing is criticizing the decision he made. And I think that's insane. I think that's insanely, I think that's so offensive that you're criticizing my child. You're actually passing the buck to your kid, to your 2-year-old for wanting to come on the show, and you're like, well, I don't care, even though you made a declaration that you're not going to put your kids on the internet. But they wanted to come on, so I guess you're okay with it.
Business Insider wrote an article about Ethan and Hila titled "Why YouTube's Best Known Couple is Keeping Their Kids Offline."
That's mostly true, right? I explained why. He's like, yeah, he said he wants to keep his child private, but he showed him on his podcast briefly this one time. What a fucking
That's mostly, bro, once again, okay, good pause frame. Holy shit. Holy, wait. This is actually very, that's very close to the picture that I'm drawing. Oh my god. Wow. That's a good pause frame, by the way. Ethan and Hila, the internet's most famous couple for keeping their kids offline, and he's like, well, that's mostly true. Yeah, mostly true. Okay. I can't believe that they're like, well, our kids wanted to come online, so what could we do? After they could, dude, they just got done complaining about a never-ending campaign of harassment against them, and they're like, what's the worst that could happen if we put our kids online? I don't know, bro. Like, I thought you were, I thought you were experiencing the dark side of the internet and getting harassed, and then you just decide to put your kids there? Like, can you not think of any reason to not let them come on?
Monster. They're mostly private, right? How is this a point in your video?
Klein told Insider the couple planned to keep their children offline because it was such a dark place. It's also hard for me not to share because they're so cute.
That's what you just said.
Literally. I feel like I want to show them, but it's a choice that we made. We want to keep it private.
What is her point? That I showed the kid once on fucking a podcast briefly? That doesn't.
Yeah, that's her point. That is quite literally her point. You said you never would, and then you did. That's her point.
That doesn't contradict our philosophy on it.
Responsible choice. Their audience often applaud them for their responsible choice in how they approach involving their children in their content, which was largely leaving them out of it. Yet by 2025, it seems like that has suddenly changed. Bringing minors into such a highly visible and high-stress environment can be extremely unsafe.
You are a fucking piece
What
of
is
shit.
unsafe?
Like, you are such.
Holy shit, dude! You can't be like, oh yeah, we're very selective when we post our kids, and then be, what's unsafe about posting our kids? Well, why are you selective? That will answer your question.
A despicable human being. All right, let's move on. So then she goes, by the way, if you guys want to go back to the beginning, the whole first part is just mind-bending. But it goes on. So let's see. Rumors about self-medicating. Oh, is that the part we watched already?
Yeah. Oh, no, there's one more little one. This is very quick.
Nate, I almost called Nate a bitch. Uh-oh.
That's the big one.
This one I agree
There
with.
was a time where it seemed like Ethan almost called his employee Nate a B-word.
I almost called Nate a bitch.
Wait, no.
You should call Nate a fucking bitch right now.
You know what, Nate?
You call me a bitch if you
I'm going to call you the B word. The best fucking employee I've ever had.
Thank you.
Along with everybody else, because I don't have a favorite.
Oh, okay. You can't pick a favorite.
You're the best, brother.
Is this
two
not-
B words?
You're a bad bitch.
I gotta see what this. I gotta see what this clip is.
When people are trying in good faith to make an effort and be respectful.
There was a time where it seemed like Ethan almost called his employee Nate a B-word.
There's an existing lie counter.
Oh,
kind
why
of.
does it lie?
Just because there's a lie counter doesn't mean I'm a liar. It just means that Nate's a
little nitpicker.
He's a insolent employee.
That's it.
I didn't even say the B sound. How did this make your cut? How the fuck did this? Is this in your video?
Well, she was trying to get that 3-hour mark, I guess. She was really.
Does it lie?
Just because there's a lie counter doesn't mean I'm a liar. It just means that Nate's a
little nitpicker.
He's a insolent employee.
He's an insolent employee, is what I said.
I think this is the first
original. Don't act like you weren't gonna say Nate's a bitch. Like, just own it. Just own it and say it's not that big of a deal. Like, we're all adults here. Who cares? We're all adults. We have a very casual atmosphere. This isn't like a stuck-up office building where everyone's wearing like a suit and tie when they show up to work. Sure, I was gonna say he's a bitch, but then I decided against it. But yeah, I'll say it now because it's funny. Like, why are they pretending? Why are they pretending like this is, dude? This is the entirety of this reaction video, right? CWHM says that, or CWHM says, oh, Ethan did this thing. They're like, what? What? Yeah. So? Yeah, I did. What's the big deal about it? Who cares? Or no, I didn't. And then, yeah, he did. And he's like, okay, well, I did, but like, who cares? That's your point, that I said this thing? Yeah, that's her point. She said it in a video. She played the clip of it, and then she moves on to another thing. That's her point. I mean, it's not her overarching point. Her overarching point is that you're a crazy bastard. That's her overarching point. But you're not actually watching the video, so you can't. You don't have any context, and you can't understand what her overarching point is.
Criticism. This is the first one I haven't seen.
No. There's no. This is from Snark.
This most
if you
likely
look, it will
Snark.
be there.
Okay.
Also, she's using Snark. I personally don't like Snark because once they found out I was Mexican, they immediately called me a token. So fuck them. Racist piece of shit. That's your source.
But again, that's a perfect representation of these supposed like humanistic leftists who care about minorities and racism and all these great things. And then the minute that we hire a Mexican employee because he's qualified and good at his job, and came as a reference to Dan, who's someone we worked with live shows previously, right? Then he's a token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The only token I have here is the one that
in your pocket. The
one that I'm spend in the arcade when I take everybody to Dave and Buster's.
There you go.
That's the only token we are spending here. We should do that again soon, by the way.
D&B?
Yeah.
You know what I would rather do? Not that I wouldn't mind going to Dave and Buster's, but if you want to do like a company take us somewhere fun, we finally got to go to Topgolf. Talked about it years ago.
Topgolf
we
is
never
fun.
did it. It's fun.
It is really fun. Yeah, Topgolf is super cool.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun outing. The thing is, it's with a big crowd. It's like we'd have to get a few spots.
Yeah, you can get.
But then we don't get to all socialize.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another random spot.
Pretty.
Oh.
Let's see.
The B word's not correct.
Ethan wants to call his employee a bitch so bad. Oh, so they are saying bitch.
Okay.
So it's bitch.
So it's just
So
that you
she
would call
follows up
Nate
with
a
how
bitch.
you didn't listen to Ela saying don't call women bitches.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. You're a bitch.
Okay, so now I'm just back to being. Now I'm back to just being baffled why she included it at all. Like, what point was being made there?
Just
because you shouldn't. I guess a boss shouldn't talk to their employee that way. But you understand, like, this is a unique situation where we're also cast members on a show. We're doing like a comedy show.
Well, and
if
Nate is doing
he just randomly called him a bitch out of anger while giving him a directive of what he's doing for his job, that's very different than joking around.
Exactly my point. So then why the fuck did you pretend like Ethan didn't do it when he clearly did almost call the employee a bitch?
Comedy show, obviously.
But of course, and Nate is in the middle of doing a shtick where he's running a Y counter, and he keeps running it up like I'm constantly.
And all this is moot because you didn't call him that.
I didn't even
It's
utter.
just that
I did
they
not
think
even
he wanted to.
A single B sound. I did not even enter the B arena.
So whatever. Okay, all right. It's as dumb as we originally thought. I gave them too much credit.
Yeah.
So here's our video. I messed up to you, Hassad, Ben Empanada, and Ethan Klein. Now the reason.
Being entirely honest.
Here's her video, by the way.
But I would still.
This whole thing is good. So.
30 minutes.
Yes, we're in full apology mode. No glam lighting. We're against a white background. This is awesome.
I got to give her one more compliment. She does this in one take. Well, almost one take. She says she's going to speak from the heart.
She's going to regret that, though.
I don't think that's a compliment.
That's the really bad
I mean,
idea.
it should have been edited down. Don't get me wrong.
30 minutes.
I can't talk straight for 30 minutes.
It's true. It is impressive to the point where it's like stream of consciousness unedited for that long.
Bro, AB, you're literally a streamer, bro. You have a Twitch channel that you're active on. What do you mean you can't talk for 30 minutes? You should be able to do that. Oh, well, I guess he's just like, I don't know, playing Hollow Knight. Is that the game that I don't know what game he plays?
But from the standpoint of committing defamation,
Yeah, they call Matt Lieb a token Jew.
No, it was a horrible.
They call all Jews that are pro-Palestine token Jews. So, I mean, I know my chat knows this, so I didn't feel like I needed to repeat the point I've made dozens of times. But yes, they call people tokens. And Ethan very explicitly uses tokens to make points. I mean, he said that Mudahar is a Muslim, so how can Hassan talk to him about how can Hassan talk to him about genocide of Muslims? He says that Ahmad Fuad al-Khatib is a Palestinian, so how can leftists in America say that he's not a good representative for the Palestinian cause? He has brought on other Palestinian people that have blamed Palestinians for getting genocided and said that, oh well, look, they're Palestinian, so they actually must be right, and all of the other people that are saying that Palestine should be like a two-state or Israel's doing the genocide, they're all wrong because this Palestinian said that Hamas is to blame for the genocide. Yes, he uses tokens, and he also calls Jewish people that stand up for Palestine tokens as well.
Idea.
I put on that apology video last night for a little bit. Video, she's just yapping. That should have been edited down, in my opinion.
So
yeah, it's a 35-minute long unscripted video of her talking. What were you expecting, Hila?
It's 30 minutes of just boring.
It's 30 minutes of just boring. Dude, oh my god, welcome to your entire life.
Yeah.
To me, I was fascinated by the whole thing.
Maybe I should have said fascinating. It's very fascinating.
Now, was she getting shit from our fans for being totally wrong and defamatory about me? No. I hadn't talked about it. I hadn't acknowledged it.
Yes, she was, bro. Yes, she was.
I haven't even seen it.
I hadn't seen anything about it. Just that she posted it, and that's it, right? I didn't.
I don't want to speak for everybody, but we don't know who she is.
No,
Same.
I saw someone on the subreddit say like, "Can you believe that so and so made a hate video?" Like, I'm disappointed, and it was just because I've seen this happen so many times. It's like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But then when you go to the comments, you can still see it's not a conflict; it's a genocide. Surely your research, not to mention the myriad images and reports all over social media, has at least led you to that conclusion. What's happening in Palestine is a genocide, not a conflict. The whole.
Ethan, you're forgetting your position on this. You're supposed to pretend that you think it's a genocide. That's what you're supposed to do. Remember when you literally made a cease and desist letter listing all the times where you called what's happening in Gaza a genocide, and like you called it that one time, and like your example of 7 times, and 1 out of those 7 times you kind of called it a genocide. You're supposed to pretend like you believe it's a genocide, Ethan. Don't forget that that's the position you've taken publicly. No, like why are you making fun of the people? Dude, you should be proud of that. You should say, yes, the people in her comment section saying that, it's not a conflict, it's a genocide. That is my fan group, because my fan group actually cares about the Palestinian genocide that's happening right now. They actually care about it because I care about it. I always keep the plight of the Palestinians at the top of my mind, and so I'm happy to see that our people showed up and corrected her on this importance issue. No. The people that care about Palestinian genocide are not Ethan Klein fans, definitively not Ethan Klein fans. And not only are they not Ethan Klein fans, but Ethan laughs at them. He laughs at them. He laughs at the person who criticizes him that was not not outspoken against Israel enough. And I don't think she was outspoken against Israel enough. I think that's a fair criticism against CWHM. But yeah, Ethan Klein, when someone says it's not a conflict, it's a genocide, he laughs, and he says, look at this person, they're getting a treatment of their own medicine, right? They're getting a dose of their own medicine. Because he doesn't care about Palestinian genocide. In fact, he's kind of like in favor of it.
Read other stuff. Oh, here comes this. I'm Jewish in the diaspora, and I find it really disquieting that our kids are encouraged to serve in the occupation forces. Wait, what? You're a Jew in the diaspora? You don't have to serve in the IDF. The fuck kind of insane thing is that? Found it really weird when my aunt gleefully told me you should go on birthright. Your
Israeli kids have to serve in the IDF.
cousin did, and he loved it so much he decided to serve.
Those two are not related.
Yeah, you don't
have to.
What is happening?
Okay, we are getting in the comments.
But my point is that she was not responding to our fans at all. In fact, I didn't see a single comment defending us. It was criticizing her.
Yeah, because none of our fans care about Palestinian genocide. Thanks for the admission, bro.
Not going hard enough. Okay, so here.
Well, yeah, I mean, just listen to her points. You guys decide who's
here we go.
There is an empty, naked outlet behind her.
And by the way, she has kids. Okay, who's doing child abuse now, lady? You should know 101 child safety. No naked outlets. It should have cover. It should have a full cover and the little plastic prongs that go.
I was just thinking aesthetically. It's just very.
How dare you!
It's just very annoying aesthetically. Forget about the kids.
Forget aesthetics. Her kids are about to die. Somebody save them.
Forget about the kids. Great soundbite from Hila there. That has some good potential. Forget about the kids.
Kidding, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's watch.
You guys want to order boba or something?
Yeah.
Because I feel like y'all got roped into doing a full episode here. That something to lighten the mood here. Ice cream, boba, Taco Bell.
Please. Dan's already ready to say fucking no, bro.
Dan is the ultimate.
He doesn't like
you don't have. I don't speak for him.
I mean, he
I
doesn't
like
like
to do it. I like
birthdays.
to when Dan says no, I make it enforced for everybody.
Why do I have to
But
eat?
at this point, I'm blaming Dan because it's happening.
Why?
You know what's going to happen.
do
You
that.
know.
Get boba. Let's get boba.
What do you guys want?
Okay,
What do
you
guys
want boba, right?
Let's get boba.
I love.
Will you get boba?
Let's
Do it, Dan.
get
He's not
boba.
getting boba. I
Let
apologize.
us.
Oh my god, this shit sucks. Actually sucks. Ugh. Okay, let's continue a little bit more. Oh my god, yeah, here we go. Bad empanada.
Said that probably more times than her. Just saying. They looked over, the transphobia they looked over. They didn't care about that. He made a video criticizing Hassan
against this
iced coffee, but there's clearly a win.
I'd like to
you
I didn't think about it.
I want
No.
an entire cup. So you'll take
Do the regular.
cup.
Oh,
Yeah, she gets totally sucked in by a bad empanada troll, apologizes to him, and repeats insane defamatory claims that he made about me.
Oh my
Okay, very
God.
good.
He's yeah.
Like, I love that she's like, I've done such big, deep research. Anyway, here's Bad Empanada, the fucking, who's like super credible and awesome guy, by the way. I'm gonna read his email. Am I gonna Google his name?
He's just dying for relevance at this point. Like that's all he wants. is
Well,
to be
he's been
brought up.
banished from Hassan's show. He welcomed him back when he was making Ethan Klein hate videos, but then he started to criticize Hassan a little bit, and then so he's been banished now from the tanky, well, not tanky, but the Hassanosphere.
I think they kicked him out because he was saying some transphobic things.
No, but it was
Right?
that, and also he made a video
Yeah.
against Hassan. And,
No,
and
they
watching
looked
him-
over, the transphobia they looked over. They didn't care about that. He made a video criticizing Hassan for having this guy who they perceived was a Zionist. And he had a conversation with him, and people were outraged.
I see.
So he criticized him for having him on. I forget his name.
I ran into Bad Empanada in the wild the other day, actually.
Not
Sorry,
not
what?
in person.
That's
Not in
terrifying.
person. No, I saw a comment of his on a Majority Report video, and he was laying into them. And honestly, I was kind of on his side, so shout out, George.
I love. He's
Jim Bad Empanada about what's that guy's name? Graham Plattner. Hey, thank you, Garlic Fries, for the 10 gifted subs. If you were not fortunate enough to get gifted a sub and you want your name to be all shiny and green, please consider joining the channel as a member. I never do any ads. 99 cents, and I don't do any ads. And I do unethical reacts too, so I won't even let people I'm watching do ads on my stream.
such a character, man. That guy has got to leave more comments, like including like emails.
Holy shit, who gives a fuck? skipping to another random spot.
Insane shit fest with him and his
Yeah.
audience just recently. Who, by the way, were one of the only people on the internet actually like supporting me, and you know, I still called him out. Okay.
Yep.
And it was a horrifically messy ordeal.
Is almost threats, not hate
Now she's saying she's
subreddit.
getting threats.
And
I don't fucking
started
believe you.
receiving
Show
a
me.
ton of just mass hate comments, hate messages, almost.
Or no, she
threats,
wait a minute.
not-
She said she is, but it's not from our audience.
Oh, yeah,
We
that's-
saw the mass hate.
Yeah.
All the hate she's getting is not from. It's
because
from
you
the
fell
Snark
short.
community that she's trying to appease.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's H3's audience, and she says, "I'm getting almost threats." What are almost threats?
Just like almost
are you
calling someone a
being
bitch.
threatened or not? I know what getting threats is. Can you show me what almost being threatened is? And while you're at it, show me the fucking email, because I don't believe you. I think you're lying. And if you are getting almost threats, whatever the fuck that means, it's not from one of our fans, scumbag. I didn't even mention this yet. Then, like I showed, it had 200 points on our subreddit. Nobody gave a fuck, man.
You think this is new to our fans?
Yeah. By the way, yeah, this is
First
this
time?
is the meme with the first
James
time
Franco, yeah.
being executed or whatever. I don't know.
We're not all. Yeah.
The video.
We're all seasoned warriors.
We're vets.
Yeah.
And so I went into making that video threats.
You know
not
what's
to post the
ironic
video.
is that when you were talking about actual threats, like the 2 skulls that came to our house, she connected it to your paranoia and to your mental well-being.
Yeah, she gets into
Being
that part
unwell.
here, which is really good.
So
but she is like,
She's not hallucinating.
No.
H3 fans
No.
almost threatening her.
So
Almost.
she just said that these threats were demanding that she not post the video. So that's further confirming that this is pre her posting the video.
She didn't even post it.
This
even post
Reddit
it.
post.
This is the only.
Yeah, I guess it was a month ago. So, okay, this one would have been before.
Sorry, I'm not listening to this at all. I'm trying to figure out this stuff. What is going on? They're saying that she's not getting threats. They want proof that she's getting threats, and that's because every time Ethan Klein has ever gotten threatened, he's provided proof of it, right?
Like, I got too many problems now to be a kid.
Exactly. Life stop being fun every day.
Right, yeah.
I'm grown up now. Life can be fun every day. You just have to smile and dance.
God bless. That's true.
All right, go. Let's go.
And that's not my stance at all, and I'm really disappointed that that's how it looked.
Yeah. Apologize for not being mean.
I had seen Ethan do streams where he's reporting videos as terrorists promoting terrorism.
Now, this is fascinating. I think the only thing she could be referring to is the one time we were looking at Anthony, aka Millhouse. Hold the
He
phone.
said his name.
Do we have
Anthony?
Where's that?
Below the other one.
Okay, hold on. I'm just finding my place. Oh, here's the apology video. She asked the audience what she should do with her this one.
I'm just saying in general because it's long. If you want to stick.
No. I want to find the clip of us watching that Anthony clip to give context of what it is.
Okay.
She goes, he's reporting videos for terrorism. Can you believe how crazy that is? And it's a clip of Millhouse being like, I love watching. I think that was what he was watching. I mean, he's done a lot of really fucked up things, but he's like, I love watching Israelis run in terror. I hope more of them die. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe he reported that video for being pro-terror. By the way, I don't even think that video got taken down or anything. So much for that.
And I did not want that to happen to my
By the way, I even talked about you, and you're already like, Ethan's gonna mass flag. Okay.
after weeks of research and effort put into the video. And honestly, I was afraid that making certain statements would increase that possibility of the video getting taken down. I had seen sort of a lot of really harsh messages, harsh comments, and was afraid, essentially. And ultimately, that made my video look cowardly. It made it look like I was fence-sitting.
How much more can you be against her?
No, she came across as a coward. She wasn't willing to speak up about you in the 3-hour video.
I don't think
about
she gave
everything
me,
you've
like-
ever done wrong, perceived or not.
I don't think she gave one concession. I don't think she bothered to empathize with me one time, like in a genuine
Are they
way.
not going to
Everything was like,
acknowledge
he
the
has to pay
fact
him,
that
but
she
he kinda
is
deserved it.
legitimately scared of getting deplatformed because she's speaking out against a genocide? Yeah, I guess they won't acknowledge that part.
Skulls came, but he made it himself. It's like, what the fuck more can you have done? Also, what does this even have to do with Gaza? Like, you know, like I'm not fucking the IDF. I don't know if you know that, right? I'm not. Voted against them twice. What have you done?
A centrist, and that's really embarrassing. I hope that overall my stance comes across, but I also knew that I was out of my depth in covering Palestine.
Remember, she says this. She's out of her depth covering Palestine, and then she proceeds to go in depth about how I'm wrong about the conflict.
And that's why I was trying to recommend podcasts and things of that nature.
No, it's not
so
even just
anyways,
that. This is more that she was wrong. That she was wrong to not, you know, for not calling it a genocide.
When did this disprove his narrative that she kept saying that she's like an expert on everything and he wants to sue her for defamation because she keeps claiming that she's an expert when she literally said, like, I'm not an expert, go check out these podcasts? That was in her original video.
In her original video, she, you know, she's critical of you, but this is more of her apology.
he voted
for not
against the
speaking on it
IDF.
more, and she said, I tried to give resources, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I hope that also there's not random people that are watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I just covered a video on H3 and Ethan Klein, and in that I talked about the Israel-Palestine genocide that's happening, except for I used...
She did it that time. She did good. She learned good.
...the word conflict because I was so nervous that YouTube...
Dude, it's so disgusting. And I've been for a while. What time is it? Guys, I might have to call this here. Oh God, yes, I do. But I'm just gonna end on this point. Like there we go. I've said it before, but I'll say it again now. It's so gross when Ethan Klein looks at people being like, calling it a conflict. We are hypersensitive about the language that people use about Palestine because Western news media, establishment media in the West, will refuse to cover this in a fair and balanced way, in a way that actually like promotes humanity. They promote imperialism in the way they cover Palestine. You can look no further than headlines from last week. 100 Palestinians killed in massive Israeli bombardment as fragile ceasefire tenuously holds. Really? It's a fragile ceasefire is tenuously holding as Israel just massacres hundreds of Palestinians for no reason because they claim that like a paramilitary group that they funded killed one of their soldiers, and so they just bomb Palestinians for revenge. So people are hypersensitive about the way that people talk about the issue of Israel and Palestine and the genocide that's going on. So this person says it's conflict. People got mad about that. They criticized her, and she responded. Ethan Klein sees that, and he's like, oh, well, you didn't call it a genocide, so now you have the woke brigade coming after you. Like, this is just your classic anti-SJW guy who was popular on the internet 15 years ago, except now he's just like anti-Palestinian content creators, or like pro-Palestinian content creators. That's what he is. He's anti like the pro-Palestine crowd. I mean, I haven't covered Ethan Klein for a while. I did not think that this was going to be such like indicative, revealing content about just how little he cares for Palestinians, but it just seems like any type of content that he does, his complete and utter disregard and disdain for Palestinian life oozes out of him. It's just a hatred that he cannot hide anymore. So it's super disappointing to see that this guy who was once getting millions of people watching every one of his videos is relegated to hate watching, cruel world, happy mind, trying to correct the record and be more upfront and honest about the genocide that's happening. And he's hate watching her, making fun of her. We counted 5 misogynistic remarks there, but we skipped around a lot. I'm sure there was more. I mean, the guy is just a bucket of bad vibes. That's what Ethan Klein is. He's a relic of an old time. Dressed up as an Israeli Joker. Yeah, I mean, he's a massive source of hate. I said before, like, he's the reason why Andrew Cuomo is campaigning against Hassan Piker instead of Zoran Mamdani in New York right now. Anyway, guys, I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of the gifted subs. I'll be back on probably tomorrow night and for sure Tuesday night because we have to watch the election. We also need to watch JD Vance having some quality time with Erica Kirk, but we didn't get to that tonight. We'll be back with it tomorrow. Everyone, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks so much for commenting and hanging out with me tonight as we watch this absolute decrepit shell of a human being be hateful for about 3.5 hours. All right. Peace, everyone. Have a great rest of your time.